good morning, you beauties. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Graham Richards.
Hi, and I'm Ewan Stratham. It's lovely to be with you for 3 hours in your company on this beautiful Thursday. And I do hope that you are well and that this week, it's been a busy week, dude.
It's been full. I think the kind of tire touches the tar this week, and I think everyone is kind of in a little bit of shock, coming to grips with the world out there, but it's okay. We're going to take your imagination on a flight this morning, and we're going to unplug from all the craziness. And of course, the perfect person to do it, Grant Hines, is back. In fact, the first time we're going to see him this year, which we're really chuffed about. And he is going to be reviewing the latest version of The Prince of Persia. It's going to be cool. Dude. Then, of course, JP is going to give us a sneak peek at the latest musical. And this is a big one, The Color Purple. We've got the scoop on Alice.
Man, it's going to be exciting, especially for the gamers out there. Prince of Persia, I mean, it's got such a rich history, so we're going to dive into all of that and take a look at that latest release as well. And then in the kitchen, we find the trendiest recipes for you to try at home. You know, we log into TikTok and all of that and take a look at the recipes and test them out and see if they work. And how's this one for you?
Okay.
A chickle.
A chickle, what?
It's chickle. Pickle in melted cheese. Yeah, we're talking high protein, creamy garlic, cheesy chicken and potatoes. So, listen, if this one works, it sounds like a winner. That's for sure.
It looks like it's going to be amazing. In fact, we're going to keep doing it until we make it amazing. And we want you to try along as well at home. And then finally, entertaining us on the stage this morning is an incredible outfit, the Collective Records. They are amazing. A couple of familiar faces and sounds that are going to blow you away.
It's going to be a special Thursday, that's indeed. But we are also back in our Joburg studio with Zanele standing by. Zanele, good morning to you. What's happening your side?
Yay!
And what can we expect on the socials? Fill us in.
Good morning, Cape Town. Futike nani mzansi siyanamkela to the biggest and best breakfast show in the world, honey. And I know that when we talk about exactly where we are and what we're doing, it's just all about load shedding. But the thing is, you'll never be in the dark. We got you here on your Feel Good Breakfast show. It feels like it's been way too long, and more than anything else, we're so glad to be back, just like the electricity. However, today is going to be a good day because I feel like we're celebrating people who truly not just put smiles on our faces, but they keep us entertained from the morning all the way into the night when we are on our phones, when we're on our laptops, and all the different things in between. Yes, I'm talking about content creators, and this is what we want to know this morning in terms of our Good Morning Post. Who are the people that you love to follow most on social media? The ones who genuinely make you laugh so loud you never thought it was possible to do so just from a short 6-second video. The ones who also keep us entertained on top of making sure that we are educated. You got to come through with a voice note. It's 063-408-8863. Send it through right now because you know we love to hear that voice of yours right here on your Feel Good Breakfast show. However, today is going to be a really good one because when it comes to what we've got in store for you, it is action-packed indeed. And I feel like when we talk about this, where we are going to be together, I am super, super excited about us getting to do it all the way until 9 a.m. Right about now, though, we do need to make sure that we do find out what exactly is happening in the news and everywhere else.
Thank you so much, Zanele. It is 3 minutes past 6 o'clock. Let's quickly take a look at those news headlines going into your Thursday morning. Starting off with your national news, first and foremost, the International Court of Justice, the ICJ, is to deliver its ruling on the SA-Israel case at The Hague tomorrow. Now, SA accused Israel in the ICJ of committing genocide in Gaza, but Israel rejected the accusations, saying it had a right to defend itself against Hamas. The Palestinian organization orchestrated the 7 October incursion in which some 1,200 people died. Israel has since retaliated, killing about 26,000 people in Gaza. Pretoria insists that Israel, as a signatory to the 1948 Genocide Convention, must take responsible measures to prevent genocide in Palestine. And the Minister of Transport, Sindisiwe Chikunga, says that most fatal collisions over the festive period took place in the 1st, 3rd and 4th weeks of December. In total, 1,427 people died in road accidents nationwide between 1 December and 11 January. Now, this is a decrease of 1.7% compared to the same period last year when 1,452 people died. Chikunga says most collisions happened between 7 o'clock and 10 o'clock in the evening. And then over to international news headlines this morning. The U.S. Secretary of State, Anthony Blinken, has committed to providing an additional $45 million to enhance stability in the West African coastal region. He has made this announcement in Abidjan in the Ivory Coast following discussions with the country's President Alassane Ouattara. The Ivory Coast, among other nations in the area, has faced challenges from jihadist groups in recent years, and this funding supplements the $300 million already invested by the U.S. to bolster security in the region. Now, Blinken is currently visiting the Cape Verde Islands, Ivory Coast, Nigeria and Angola. And Thailand's reformist political champion will be reinstated as an MP after winning a court case his supporters say was aimed at ending his political career. Now, the Harvard-educated Peter Limjuranrat and his Move Forward party won the most votes in a huge election last year, but he failed to take charge after being blocked by the unelected Senate. The charismatic young leader was seen as a threat to the establishment for pledging to reform harsh royal insult laws and to tackle military influence. He now faces a potentially more serious legal challenge next week. And we'll end up with this story. Cape Town secured its position as the second best city in the world to visit in 2024, even beating cities such as London, Berlin and Tokyo. Now, this is determined by Time Out Esteemed Rankings. A comprehensive survey of 20,000 global travelers and insights from travel experts placed the mother city just behind perennial favorite New York. Mayor Jordan Hill-Lewis expressed joy at the achievement, attributing it to the city's commitment to providing a world-class experience. Now, with record-breaking tourism numbers anticipated for this year, Cape Town will again put its fanciest outfit to wow visitors, fostering an ecosystem that supports local businesses and communities for enduring prosperity. So take note, world, Cape Town is ready to conquer your heart once again. That's your news headlines at 6. We'll have another update for you at 7 o'clock right now. Here's Graham standing by with your sport.
Thank you so much, Ewan. Ready to do some conquering of their own. We start with football, and Bafana have secured their spot in the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations knockout stage. That was after playing out to a goalless draw against Tunisia in their Group E encounter in Amadou Gon Coulibaly Stadium yesterday. So Bafana, they finished second in the group standings, setting up a round of 16 clash against Morocco, which is a little terrifying. Top-ranked team in Africa at the moment and 13th globally, and that's scheduled for the 30th of January. Don't forget, we just need the 1 point. Speaking of which, let's turn to footballing action a little further afield. In Liverpool, they've advanced to the Carabao Cup final. That was with a 1-1 draw against Fulham at Craven Cottage, securing that 3-2 aggregate victory. So Luis Diaz's early deflected goal extending Liverpool's lead, and Issa Diop's late goal keeping Fulham in the game, keeping some hopes alive. However, Liverpool held on, setting up a Wembley final against their old foes at Chelsea. In fact, a rematch of the 2022 final. Then we turn to cricket, and despite the absence of injured captain David Miller, the Paarl Royals continued their form and solidified their position at the top of the SA20 table. That was with a 5-wicket victory over the Joburg Super Kings at the Wanderers yesterday. Vian Lubber and Dane Velas showcasing the Royals' batting depth with a crucial partnership. Looked amazing, steering them to the victory target of 171 for 5. So the Royals, led by Shane Bond, they continue to impress, now securing their second consecutive win on the Highfields and maintaining their strong playoff contention with 22 points. Really are looking good. Now we turn to tennis, and yet another, well, we won't call it a big shock, but a bit of a surprise in a spectacular quarterfinal upset at the Australian Open. Alexander Zverev showcased his prowess and his grit, overpowering two-time Grand Slam champion Carlos Alcaraz. So Zverev dominating the match, securing a convincing 6-1, 6-3, 6-7. There was 2-7 on the tiebreak, 6-4 victory over the rising star. The German player's exceptional performance earning him a spot in the semi-finals, where he'll face his old foe Daniil Medvedev in what promises to be an intense matchup on Friday. It's the business end and we love it, but that's where we leave our sport for now. In just a moment, we'll delve a little deeper into that fan experience of SA20 and delve with Lorenzo, of course, had a front row seat and he'll bring that to us. But right now, let's get into the weather.
Thank you so much, Graham. Lots happening in the sporting world, but also lots happening in the weather. First and foremost, some weather news. The SA Weather Service has issued a warning for extreme heat across several regions today. The Kamiesberg municipality in the Northern Cape, parts of the Cape Winelands and the Central and Little Karoo of the Western Cape, and the Dr. Beyers Naudé municipality in the Eastern Cape will experience extremely hot conditions. Moreover, extreme uncomfortable and very hot conditions are anticipated in areas of the Western Cape, excluding the coastal regions, and the interior of the Namakwa district in the Northern Cape. A heat wave characterized by persistent high temperatures is forecast for the western parts of the Chris Hani district municipality and the local municipalities of Dr. Beyers Naudé and Raymond and Flaba, as well as the Blue Crane route. So please stock up on that sunscreen and drink lots of water. Before we get into your temperatures for your Thursday, here's our sunrise view of the hour, and it was sent in by Odette from one of my favorite places in the country, Umhlanga. Look at that palm tree in the distance, wave crashing. It looks stunning. The most beautiful sunrises on that side of the world. Odette, thank you very much for taking the time sending that picture, and hope you have a fantastic day going forward. Please continue sharing your morning views with us. You can do so on our WhatsApp line 0634088863. Right, here's your temperatures.
All I'm hearing is this is great, this is so good, this is really good. Prince of Persia is back. Yep, with a few more calluses on his hands. You've done that about 50 times, but it looks awesome. Grant is going to bring us the latest from the latest release, and it looks like it is not disappointing. And then, speaking of which, the SA20 has exploded onto our screens. We love the fact that our SA stars and some international stars are having such a good time. And, of course, we're getting buckets of runs. So we'll continue to delve into that and more on that. I want to know who he is. O-Rod. O-Rod, that's my name for the rest of today. O-Rod. We'll see you in just a moment.
It's you.
What weapon is you?
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back as we dive into a little bit of the fan experience and all the crazy action in the SA20. And of course, in a thrilling SA20 clash, Durban Supergiants secured that bonus point victory against my Cape Town, maintaining an unbeaten streak against the Cape Town team. And there are so many stars there, begs a few questions. And here to chat to us about the game and this incredible tournament, it really has been a special one, is our Expresso sports producer, Lorenzo Daris.
Morning.
Oh, buddy, good morning. Thank you so much for taking us front row here, because there is something so special about this tournament. It's leapt up. The runs have been scored. No runs have been scored, which has made it even better. We've had the highest and the lowest scores. We've had international stars flocking. So what have you made of the tournament in general as we kind of move past the halfway mark? How are you feeling about our edition of the T20, the big version of T20?
Yeah, the big version of it. And like I said at the beginning, you know, of this season, it is close to that of the IPL. I wish we had the likes of Virat Kohli, you know, here to help us.
Give it time. They love South Africa,
We'll see how it goes. But the international quality that we've had is absolutely amazing. And I just feel that this tournament will just grow in stature within Season 3, Season 4, Season 10. We might then see other teams, you know, kind of other franchises being brought in, Northern Cape, Free State. And I'm hoping that this just allows that, or at least it's South African cricket.
It brings in the money to do it. I think people forget this is not just a developmental tool to blood in young players and put them on the same field. It creates an ecosystem, a financial ecosystem.
Definitely.
And the fans have been buying it. I love seeing a stadium full of people wearing the colours because it's new. So for people to get emotionally invested this quickly, great. Obviously, last night we saw the Royals just prove that they are the best of the lot at the moment. They are playing brilliantly at home. They play brilliantly. They play brilliantly on the high felt. That's great, but I want to understand where this My Cape Town team is right now. It feels like the Durban outfit maybe have their number a little bit, or does anyone have anyone's number in T20? Does it just rest on a ball and over a wicket?
No, definitely not. And I think that's what's happening with My Cape Town and Paul Royals, is the fact that Paul Royals finally won a match. Second season, because it's home and away, so they've got like a 3-1 record against My Cape Town. However, Durban Supergiants, on the other hand, have beaten My Cape Town, you know, convincingly in both seasons now. There's that psychological aspect that that they're just a little bit better. Their spin bowling was a lot more effective. I think their captaining control of the game was
the management
better. The management better.
The experience in the stadium is different, and I think all of us are yearning to hold on to that holiday feeling. What I love about this kind of cricket is you can just stop your week midweek and go and take in some cricket and feel like you're on holiday. Some great weekend matches. What is the experience like for fans in the stadium? What is the atmosphere like at these games, bro?
Sportstainment. that is what this has become. It is an international cricket tournament with entertainment that you can get, that is South African, uniquely South African.
For sure.
And we're getting the best of the best. It's not just finding someone that is just, you know, a provincial star. It's actual national stars that we're bringing in, musicians, DJs, dancers, and the fans are enjoying it because they're being entertained on the field and off the field.
Completely, and it's family friendly as well. I absolutely love it. Well, let's take you front row right now. Of course, our amazing team was out and about at Newlands to get a taste of what this is like. Experience this for yourself. Let's catch up with them.
I love SA20. I love the vibes around the stadium. I love the catches around the field. And just overall, the vibes here.
I have been enjoying it very much, especially in the VIP box. That's where it gets really enjoyable.
What I love about SA20 is that it's a family environment, it's fun for everyone, and there's lots of prizes to be won, and it's enjoyable.
I really would encourage people to come. You know, it's great for the kids. The kids are all around. Yeah, it's exciting. It's very short, so the kids' concentration is nice and short for them. So yeah, it really is amazing.
I would love to encourage people to come here with the families because it's a good environment for kids, especially.
I reckon that Newlands is one of the best cricket stadiums in the world.
Newlands for me, I moved here as an 18-year-old to play for Western Province, and then I made my South African team debut here. and it's one of the most iconic stadiums in the world. So to see it, buzzing as we've seen over the last couple of games, to see it getting used and, vibrant and, beautiful summer weather, what more can you ask?
I loved SA20 because it develops new players to come up with the Proteas, because players, they don't get the chance and then they come here and they perform and then they get chosen for the team.
Tournaments like this is very good for South African cricket, for Proteas, because I think the fact that the Gears it brings everybody together first of all, and it brings out the talent as well.
Oh, and that setting, I'm sorry. I mean, there have been questions asked about Newlands on the test roster and things. The world will be losing something if we mess around with that. It's such a beautiful setting, but every one of the stadiums has offered something.
Yeah.
In Paarl, they offer something. The Highveld, they offer something. It's been an amazing tournament. Aside from this amazing fan experience, and I'm going to tip our hat right now to Graham Smith for I think, spearheading a lot of this, and he clearly had a vision, and it's coming together. So, Smitty, well done, son. Who's going to take this thing? I know it's not quite into the business end yet, but where's your heart at?
Yeah, I'd like for it to be in all Western Cape final, but it's not going that way. Paarl Royals being the team that they are at the moment, they're the hot favourites. We could just see Sunrisers Eastern Cape sneak into that final at Newlands, but I'd like to, as you can see, see my Cape Town, go all the way. A team that's kind of crept into my heart. They've done really well, Kieran as well, with the way the team culture is, but they haven't been doing well on the field. So hopefully they can, but the eliminators and the qualifiers, anything can change. We saw that with Sunrisers last year. Not always the greatest teams make it all the way. You need to just win on the day.
We take T20 ball by ball because that's all it takes to change the narrative completely. But we love the fact that you, the fans, are embracing this and selling it to the rest of the world. We want more stars to come and ply their trade here in South Africa, and the SA20 is where it's at.
Thanks, G. Listen, it's exciting. Once the watermelon hats come out and Nick Rabinowitz pulls through, cricket means business, that's for sure. Right now, though, we are focusing on some tech on this Thursday. Right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, our gaming guru, Grant Hines, is here with another game review to look forward to. This is a big one. Prince of Persia, they are back. And this has stirred up quite a lot of excitement in the gaming industry, remembering, of course, the games from the early 2000s. Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown is the latest title, and Grant is here to give us his thoughts, my brother.
I'm going to show you something now. Let's get intense.
You know what, that 0 to 100 very quickly, my friend.
I got
Good
three
to
guys
see
in
you.
one go, like I was Super Saiyan from freaking Dragon Ball Z.
Dude, okay, so let's talk about this one. Prince of Persia, Lost Crown, the brand new one. First thoughts?
It is excellent. so just so that you know, a lot of people probably remember, a lot of kids out there will remember Prince of Persia as a 3D game. It was called Sands of Time. And we'll talk about the history of Prince of Persia back then. But now what they've done is they've included Prince of Persia back to its original roots, because it used to be a 2D platform. And a lot of it's about like puzzle solving and platforming. But they took a lot of the elements of like the really cool fighting from the 3D version, and then the puzzle solving, because I didn't like the fighting in the first 2D version, but it was the start of something, right? And yes, it's getting intense.
Man, that ninja had no chance.
Yeah, and this is your character. His name is Sargon. He's one of these immortals. That's the story, so they kind of flesh out a plot. All set in Persia, which is great. So you can see he's no Jake Gyllenhaal, if you know what I'm saying.
We were just speaking about that, the film adaptation.
Why would they cast Jake Gyllenhaal
as the Prince of Persia?
As the Prince of Persia.
Oh,
anyway,
gosh.
Early 2000s, it was wild out there.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, but you ran us through the story, and what do you think of the storyline? Before we delve into the history a little bit later on.
I think the storyline's a bit lackluster, but the fighting is awesome. The 2D, oh no, I got absolutely smashed. But the 2D platforming is actually very cool. When this game first was announced, I think a lot of people were like, this is like an afterthought, right? To have like a game set. Oh no, I'm gonna get. This is it's very tough. Eh?
It's like intense, bro. You can see there. That's a big health bar on this guy.
Yeah. So we are currently in a boss fight at the moment. So this is the wrong time to have this conversation. but I am a ninja, and I know. Well,
come on, you're such a professional, dude. You can talk and fight at the same time. Look, compared to all the previous other versions, all right. This one obviously went back to its roots, almost like you said.
Yes.
What do you make of it? If you take a look at, we're not delving into the history, but I mean, I think the evolution of Prince of Persia over the years.
Look, I think it kind of like after Sands of Time, it was kind of a peak, and I think a lot of games back then started to cash in.
Yeah.
And I think what happened was they were cashing in. I beat him on live TV. That's how we do. Sorry, I was really like keen
You
to
were
do
in
that.
it. Yeah. You mean business. Look at that face, bro.
Yeah, I mean business. My character, Sargon, is a very cool character. And I think they kind of lost their way. And by doing something like this, going back to like 2D means that you cut out all the fluff,
yeah,
right? And you make a game that people actually really want to play. The reason the Prince of Persia is popular. So you got the like traversing, which is like the parkouring, but in 2D. And then you also get like this really cool fighting. So every aspect of the gameplay is cool. Every time I pick up the controller, I just want to carry on playing. And there's very few games, I'm getting old and jaded. There are very few games now where that like scratches an itch for me. So it really is well created and well made. The story is a bit boring, I must say, very predictable, but it's presented in such a cool way. I love this art style. I love the way it looks.
I was about to comment. I mean, it looks beautiful.
Yes, it's like hand painted.
Yes.
It's a very cool approach to a Prince of Persia game.
Yeah, and the gameplay itself, Grant. I mean, you were going through, I mean, it's quite quick, it's quite responsive, it's lovely. I've been seeing you jumping up walls and swinging and doing all kinds of funny things. So there's quite a lot of action with regards to the gameplay.
So the gameplay balances both of these action set pieces that we've just done now. And just before the ad break, if you were here, you saw us like climbing walls and doing parkour.
Swinging and whatnot.
Swinging and whatnot. And that kind of like plays a big role in Prince of Persia. Time generally does too, and time is a big part of the story, but I feel that they haven't really touched on, in Sands of Time, you could reverse time. So you could do a mistake, and then like you had a dagger that helped you reverse time. Very cool mechanic back in the day. They haven't really leaned into that here, which I would really like them to. But there's room for a sequel, and they've got the core game there. So I'm like, hey, you got it going. Like, let's keep this trend up. And I highly, highly recommend it. If you love old school games, if you love gameplay that's like Devil May Cry and Bayonetta, these where you juggle opponents in the air and you want to do combos in a 2D environment. Say you like fighting games, but you also want to have a bit of adventure. This is a great game to play. Might not strike that nostalgic-ish itch for you, but it is such a cool game.
I just wish there were more hours in the day that I can actually sit and play all of this. But I know my boys are watching.
Abs like this. You know.
I know my boys are watching at the moment, and I know what's going to happen after the show.
That's why you've got. That's why I don't have abs like that, because I'm playing games like this.
They captured my likeness perfectly. Well done. That's brilliant. All right, Grant, thank you so much. Thanks so much. We are going to be delving into the history. I mean, it's got such a rich history a little bit later on, so stick around for that chat with Grant Hines live on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Thank you, Ewan. And oh man, it's already a feel-good morning. Why? Because we've got Grant in the house. And this is the thing, Expresso family. Coming up, Grant is going to be sticking around because he's going to be telling us about one of the most iconic games of all time. Yes, I'm talking about Prince of Persia, but we're going to be getting into the evolution of the game, and it's going to be right here on S3. And then I need you to also stick around because, listen, it's January, ne? But the reason I'm wearing red, Yabo, is because we are leading up to the month of love. And you need to be able to cook for your partner, right? And this is why we're going to be getting into a trending recipe which is going all around. It is called chickle. I'm not 100% sure what exactly goes into it, so I know I'm going to be watching very intensely to make sure that I have that recipe, but it is coming your way as well, and this is why you got to make sure you do not go anywhere. We're going to take a short break, but when we come back as well, there's a whole lot of information that, trust me, you 100% need to know. Do not go anywhere. You're on Expresso.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Sorry. You're on your Feel Good Breakfast show right here on S3. Yes, it is Expresso, and we're coming to you live from the Johannesburg studios, officially for the first time in 2024. So yes, I did say I'm wearing red because we're leading up to the month of love, darling. But then, my friend, it is also a true thing that there are some people who actually made it to the 42nd of December. Yeah, they just kept going with all of the habits that came from festive season. And if you're one of them, it's okay. We are here to help as your Expresso family. This is why today we are going to be hearing all about how, my friend, you can leave behind occasional constipation. It is one of the things that comes along with those post-festive habits that unfortunately are sometimes so difficult to leave us. But we're going to make sure that that occasional constipation blues is all the way out, and we're getting it in terms of putting the bounce back into your step, which is why today we're joined by the health ambassador. I am talking about Tutuzile Nchaba, all in the name of Microlax. Tutuzile, how are you, my love?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. You look absolutely stunning.
Thank you.
It's because you had some Microlax. You're feeling good. You're feeling good.
Yeah, I'm feeling good.
I love it. My love, let's get to it, okay? Because I feel like when we talk about the root cause of occasional constipation, there are a lot of people who actually suffer from this, but I'm glad that you guys are here to give us relief. But let's see where exactly it comes from. Please speak to us about that. And also, you know, just the ways in which we sometimes are the reason with our habits that it actually happens to us.
Okay, when we talk about constipation, we tend not to feel comfortable about the topic, but when it comes to occasional constipation, it's important for us to check our bowel movement. Has it changed or not?
Yeah.
When we identify occasional constipation, it's when one experiences one or two symptoms. It could be bloatedness or even cramps, difficulties of going to the toilet. So when I'm talking about changes of your bowel movement, one should know that it should be 3 times or more in a week.
Yes.
So if it's once or twice in a week, that's an indication that you might have your occasional constipation, sorry. Okay, in most cases, festive season, as you've mentioned, we tend not to relax, we're excited. In most cases, we don't relax, enough sleep, and even our diet, intake of liquids, as we might not even take. So that can lead to occasional constipation. Even our psychological stress can also lead to that.
Yes, and especially in South Africa with that intake of liquids, we forget about water in December. It's
You just think 2 liters, 1.5 to 2 liters, it's a lot.
Yeah.
And you don't have to consume it all at once. You can just take sip, maybe if you have a squeeze bottle, it could actually help. Even if you take out throughout the day, it's actually good. Another way that one might experience, or even the causes that might cause the constipation, it could be your red meat, your dairy products, even starchy foods.
Sure.
We tend to engage a lot on fatty foods that can also lead to your constipation.
Sure, and I feel like there's so many of those things that you just mentioned that so many of us don't know about, in terms of it being the reason that we're feeling a little bit stuck. It happens, yeah.
It does.
But you see, now let's talk about the fact that you guys, you're not just coming to the rescue. You're coming to the rescue fast. You're the flash, in fact, because there are some of these different ones. I like to look at them like in New Zealand, you know, they come second. They work in like 72 hours, but with the Springboks with Microlax, 5 to 15 minutes. Speak to us about that, please, my love, because that's really fast.
5 to 15 minutes, I mean, you get the relief that you need. And it's very good. Okay, so with Microlax, it's just not any anemone.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll quickly open it for you so that you can see. Ne?
Yes.
So it comes, this one, it comes in a 4 pack. So meaning there's 4 inside.
Yeah.
Okay, so with your Microlax, as I've mentioned, it's not just any enema. It comes in a 5 ml form, as you can see. There's also a thin nozzle, so it's actually very good, and it's not, you won't stress about it because it's not too much.
Yes.
Also, when it comes to other oral laxatives, it might take 2 to 72 hours.
Yes.
So that's quite a lot.
It
to
really
wait
is.
To get relief from your constipation.
And we have things to do.
True. Because with constipation, you won't be able to get on with your day-to-day life. So with Microlax, that 15 minutes, I mean, it's just a small time for you for it to actually work.
Yeah.
So with the oral, as I mentioned, with the oral
administration.
Yeah, the oral administration, sorry about that.
No stress, yes.
Goes from your throat to your stomach, even in your intesticles. It might take some time, you don't even know. Yes, you might not even know how long it's going to help you to get the relief that you're looking for.
But speaking of administration, I mean, when it comes to any treatment, a lot of the time it's difficult for babies as well as the elderly. But you guys have made it really, really easy. Talk to us about that, please.
Okay, so yes, it might become daunting. As you can see, I've mentioned the 5 steps that one can actually take so that it becomes the process becomes a whole lot easier.
Yes.
As you can see, there's a nozzle there. You're going to squeeze it, and then you remove the cap. And then for babies under the age of 3 years, as you can see in the middle, there's a line indicator. That's where you're going to end. Ne? You're going to insert it. First you remove, and then you're going to squeeze a bit for lubrication so that when you insert it, it doesn't become dry.
Yes.
And then what we're going to do, we're going to insert, as I've mentioned, for babies under the age of 3 years. Then you insert, and then we're going to squeeze the whole liquid inside. It comes in a 5 ml form, so it's not so much. And then after then, we're going to take it out, and then you're going to discard, because we only use it for one. You only use it once. You can't use it
over and
reuse it. You can't reuse it after you've used it, and then you discard it, and then you get relief. For adults, though, it's different. You're going to insert the whole nozzle, and then inserting the same process. You're going to squeeze the liquid just for lubrication, not so much. Then you insert it. You can use it when you're sitting at the toilet.
Yeah.
So you'll wait that 5 to 15 minutes. Then you get the relief, and you're able to continue with your day to day.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy. I love this. And this is why, my friend, for you, if things are feeling a little bit hard and you're feeling a bit stuck, I am telling you that Microlax is in fact here to be about you and make sure that you have that relief, to put the bounce back into your step, because occasional constipation is something that happens all of the time. But my friend, you do not have to be a victim of it. It is okay, because Microlax is to the rescue. Right about now, though, I do 100% want to find out what exactly is happening in the kitchen, because it seems like we're going to be having a delicious cook-off like we do each and every morning right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Get fast and predictable relief with the Microlax Micro Enema. It is gentle and easy to use. Try Microlax.
Well, now we are free and breezy to continue with our morning. Thank you so much for that one, Zandele. Now, I know help is at hand, and when you need it in that space, it really can help. But being a Thursday, you know what that means. It's a day where we test out some of the coolest, or maybe uncoolest, trending recipes found on our social media platforms and decide whether it's a hot mess or a success. And we're going to have a little bit of fun with this one. It's time for all the pickle lovers to stand up and get ready, because this next viral cooking hack is just for you. Take a look. Oh, wow.
Right.
Okay.
Very complicated.
Over to you.
Well, how's supposed to do it?
I hope we haven't jinxed ourselves, buddy, by thinking that this is really simple, because there are only 2 ingredients, the humble pickle and the humble cheese.
And some cheese. Okay, so I'm going to try and make 2. One for each of us, all right?
Thank you, man. What do we call this? The pickle blanket, the cheesy blanket?
Yeah, I suppose. Okay, let's see, because...
And these are officially called chickles, okay? Cheesy pickles. Which is quite cute in itself.
I'm just
okay, nice.
trying to get it into some sort of a shape.
All right, that's looking good. Hey?
All right.
You got enough?
It takes more concentration than I thought.
Fair game, but one should always concentrate in the kitchen. And look, it ain't no joke. When you're dealing with melted cheese like this is burn risk like times 10,
my gosh, dude.
okay?
I don't know. Is this
wow,
working?
for the A-type personality, I think this could be quite a tough one.
Like, how long are you supposed to melt the cheese for? Should it kind of stay in a shape?
I suppose till it starts crisping a little bit, or...
I think should I put the heat up? I don't know, dude.
TikTok doesn't tell you these things, my friend. You've just got to do it in 90 seconds. That's
okay, I just turned up the heat now.
Okay.
So it's on full blast.
Yeah, what does your gut say? Maybe that it needs to
be warmer or hotter.
To crisp up before you can roll it, or do you want it to cool a little bit?
No, it needs to be. Otherwise, how am I supposed to roll it if
exactly.
it's
got to be solid.
Melty and I'm just trying to keep it into some sort of a shape here.
Oh, you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
Never the cheeses shall touch.
Yeah.
So I think you could do this for probably about 45 minutes, I think.
I'm standing with a pickle in my hand. I don't know how long I'm supposed to do that.
That made it so natural and easy.
Yeah, I'm just...
look, that seems to be...
Okay. Yeah. So I wonder...
Like maybe a different cheese might be offer a harder cheese.
You got to go in with a really hot pan. I don't know, but I'm starting to see something here.
It looks like it's solidifying on the edges.
And getting a little bit brown is what we want.
So I'll often do that on a toasted cheese, is just sprinkle some of the leftover kind of grated cheese on the outside so you get that cheesy crisp.
Yeah.
There's something spectacular about
so now
that. But there we go.
I feel like one of them's working. So this one is working, but I almost do feel, yeah.
I suppose you want it to kind of burn a little bit because it needs to really crisp up. No, that's doing its thing,
We're
dude.
getting there. Like one of my creations on this side is not wanting to play with.
Yeah. Look, maybe we overshot the mark trying to do two at the same time. It was your generosity that
Well, we can share one if it comes down to it.
Exactly. I mean, it's the most romantic food on the planet, bro, a chickle. Come on. It's a pickle. You probably get a little string of cheese just to...
Okay, so I think I'm getting somewhere.
Okay, well
done. I think I'm getting somewhere. Because, I mean, the thing is with TikTok, you know,
it's
you watch it and it's so quick.
Yeah.
and you have this misconception that, I'm just going to quickly throw this
I'm just going to do it. Look, often 90 seconds of content, it doesn't take 90 seconds to make.
No, but I think I'm winning with one of them at least.
Yeah, no, you're on the money. I think a bit of fortitude, some bravery. You just got to back yourself. Just go all in.
I'm backing myself on this
You've
one.
You've got this.
Sure. Okay.
And we're two cheesy fellas, so we should be good with this. I think you actually are arriving at the right kind of consistency. Well done,
I think so too. And this one, yeah.
It's for round two. It's for round two. It's all right.
Well, yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna go for this one.
Just do it. You can do it. Just please be careful with your fingers there, bro.
Yes, my friend. No, don't worry. The last thing I want to do is burn my fingers on a Thursday morning.
As a briar, you have asbestos fingers in your mind. I understand this. There we go. You're nailing it, dude.
I am nailing it. Now, come on, Pickle, work with me here.
Come on, little pickle.
Don't.
Oh, he's in a pickle.
I am in a pickle.
That looks spectacular. Can we get a resounding round of applause in 3, 2, 1. It's a chickle, ladies and gentlemen. I feel like this is a coming of age for us, man. We've created our, well, I say we loosely. I was there to motivate.
Okay.
Okay. Like any good work husband, I was there to just help propel you.
I felt it. The support has been there. So I did say we're going to share it because this one, not so sure.
Have you turned? Well, let it cook, babe. Let's just see where it goes.
Did you just call me babe?
Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you, babes. It's lovely. Okay, so... No, okay.
You got this, dude. Now you can't help yourself. Now you're just smashing them out there.
Just maybe.
I love this.
Maybe.
Okay, so I'm going to cut this.
Cut it for us. I'm going to try.
Before it gets too crispy.
I'm going to try and make this one as well.
Word, Yavis.
Okay, here we go.
Oh. Babe, you are smashing this.
Thanks, my love.
You are absolutely
Thank you, baby.
smashing
you know what? It gives me so much confidence in the kitchen.
You must believe in yourself.
Look, well, now that I have you.
Oh, that is extra crispy. I almost feel like just calling this a success without even tasting it, but we've got to taste it.
So shall we chickle?
Go for it. Oh,
Ooh,
cheers.
this is good.
Ching, ching.
Okay, let's listen.
And you get a bit of crunch.
Okay. Okay.
Look, I know that the TikTok Creator Awards are coming up. The person who thought of this first is up for an award. I like it. I like it, man.
You do?
Because you made it.
No, just because I made it. Okay, so...
I like it.
I'm going to go for a second bite.
Okay.
It's crispy.
You've got to get the cheesiness in.
Ooh, that part was better. Okay.
I hate to say it, would probably be just as good without the pickle. But I do... I do love a pickle. I'm ready to make my decision. Are you ready?
Okay. Are you ready? On three.
Couples that judge together stay together. Are you ready?
1, 2, 3. Yes!
It is. Yeah!
Just because I was able to put it together.
Because you actually made it. And often with TikTok trends, we can't actually even make them. That's great. Nice and crispy, delicious. Maybe play around with different cheeses, different fillings, but I like the mechanism here. I like rolling crispy cheese around things. Awesome. For the win.
Well, there we have it. If you want to give it a go, try it out. Why not? Why not? And then you could be trendy as well. Maybe for your next little party at home, little snackies.
Jalapeno.
Ooh, now we're talking. Now we're talking. All right, well, we're going to unpack more trending recipes throughout the course of this morning. We are going to take a very quick break because I had my breakfast now, which is amazing. Grant Hines is still here. We're talking Prince of Persia, and what a franchise, man. We're going to delve into that history a little bit later on.
It is an incredible game as well. This latest iteration looks amazing. And when we talk about content creation, of course, it's all going down on TikTok at the moment, and a massive one for our content creators. The TikTok Awards are on the way, and this is a massive, massive chance for the best content creators in South Africa to get a bit more glory, and we love that. Are we going for another one?
I'm going to go for it.
Go for it, man.
I'm going to make it for nothing, babe.
Cheers. We'll see you after the break. Crunch.
Okay.
Well done.
Double cream plain yogurt from Clover. Just plain amazing.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You're tuned into your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso, right here on S3. The Thursday kicked off with a bang, that is for sure. Now, earlier on in the show, gaming guru Mr. Grant Hines reviewed the brand new game, Prince of Persia. And we are shifting gears right now and exploring the rich tapestry, because it really has, of the Prince of Persia franchise from Grant Hines. Now, it started as a 2D platformer, roots and now to 3D action, and now again back to a bit of a 2D action-packed game. Grant, lovely to see you once again, my friend. So, yeah, this game has evolved in all different spheres, for sure. So 2D, 3D, back to 2D. I mean, what are your thoughts on the journey that this game, I think, takes?
So the first game came out in 1989, and it was a 2D platformer, something similar to what you're seeing on screen right now, which just, it was very... The movement was a bit janky. It was very hard to play. But a lot of people that are watching this probably remember the game because it had such a huge impact on platforming. So 2D platforming is this. So it's the ability to run left and right, Mario, that kind of thing. But Prince of Persia had its own unique flavor to it. And as you can see, they've, instead of making it like the slow staccato that you had to play in the older games where everything was slow and methodical with puzzle solving, you can now, you feel like a ninja now. Like that's essentially what it's like. So the gameplay is way more fluid. So in this particular instance, what I'm doing right now is there's obviously an ability that I need to get. Check this out. So that I don't have, I got to get up there somehow. There's a secret.
Oh, you need to, wow.
There's a secret. There are lots of secrets in the original Prince of Persia. And now you use these abilities to unlock those secrets as you explore the world.
But I mean, even looking at the latest one, I mean, there's still a lot of detail. Even though it being a 2D platformer, there's beautiful, I saw little butterflies flying around. So it really is visually appealing. But I want to chat to you because you mentioned a mechanism earlier on which they brought in, which I think was quite significant. The time kind of mechanism, the sands of time, right?
Yes. So
we're able to go back in time. So talk to me about that, and also how that kind of influenced, I think, the gaming back then already.
It influenced gaming tremendously, actually. I think I'm going to make some big statements here, but just to give you an idea how the game mechanic worked, it was like in the late 90s, early 2000s. It was a 3D platformer, and you got like a dagger, and if you made a mistake or anything, you could reverse time. So you used it to solve puzzles. You'd run somewhere, reverse time, and it would change the landscape of the environment. So you'd intentionally break something, reverse it, and then be able to traverse to a section of the map that you couldn't do before. But since then, a lot of games have implemented that. Even games like Forza, who are simulation, driving simulators, have included those game mechanics because they're helpful. You don't feel like you're making a mistake, but making that less about like, I'm falling and making a mistake, let me rewind that, but into a puzzle-solving tool became very interesting. And there's another platformer called Braid that was done by an indie developer. This is a little bit of gaming, nerdy gaming history, that it was incredible, and it used a lot of Sands of Time. In fact, he actually said that he used Sands of Time as a big inspiration for the game. what I feel, they've used the concept of time in the new game. So they've got time in it. So you saw the whole map exploding behind you there. That's because it's frozen in time. Then you've got like the whole traversing from the first one. But they haven't really engaged with the idea that puzzles can be solved using time. Which would be very cool. And that's really the big hallmark. And that's why Prince of Persia is such a huge gaming genre for gamers in general. The impact that it's had is just, it's a lot of people don't realize.
Look, absolutely. And if you've just tuned in, this is the latest Prince of Persia on the Lost Crown. It is available now. You can go play it. But I mean, we are delving into a bit of the history because it is so rich. If you take a look back, Grant, at the whole Prince of Persia, the history, do you have one that you feel has been the most influential?
I think the original Sands of Time. So that was when it was just they took a risk and did something really cool. And I think it's hard to say because the first game was influential in a very specific way. It was like a puzzle-solving platformer, but it's not as like fun to go back and play, I guess. But that Sands of Time was just like unexpected, right? Even there was a movie you were talking about, right?
Yeah.
Like it inspired an entire it's about a movie franchise. Unfortunately, Jake Gyllenhaal was in it as the prince. As this
Grant
person.
Hines is clearly a fan, that's for sure.
I was like, as this person. Jake Gyllenhaal played this person. This wild. But yeah, so I'm grateful. I'm grateful that they've brought it back. They've brought back part of that genetics. They've of this really cool. It's an incredible platformer to play.
Yeah.
Oh, we've just discovered a little secret.
I love that. All right, dude. Let's wrap it up. Final thoughts.
I think that firstly, Lost Crown, Prince of Persia, definitely worth playing. If you're an old school gamer like myself, and if you are even a new school gamer, I think it's a game you'll go back and do a lot of exploring because that's the kind of game that it is.
Awesome, Grant. Thank you very much, man. Definitely sounds like a game not to be missed. Thank you for taking us into a bit of a deep dive with regards to Prince of Persia. And I know that there's a lot of you out there that's big fans. So this is maybe definitely one of those versions that's going to tickle your fancy.
I find a secret, so you go do your thing.
No, you just swing around, Bruce. Swing around. Go for it.
Yes, I did it!
Oh, man, I absolutely love that. That's what you get out of a good morning cup of coffee. You're jumping across buildings. It's time to spill the coffee beans. No, I must not spill any of these beans. They are precious. In pursuit of the perfect bold cup, what, in your opinion, makes a cup of coffee truly exceptional? Is it the roast? We know that plays a part. Is it the brewing method itself? Perhaps a secret ingredient? We will find out as we delve into, and yes, this is not my first cup this morning, into the range of KFC's unbelievable new coffee and try and figure out for ourselves what a bold cup actually means. It's time to do something that we never saw coming, the bold new taste of KFC coffee. And yes, we went crazy on it yesterday, and it's amazing. So I'm going to make a cuppa for my work husband, my work wife, you can decide, because he's already cooked me breakfast this morning. And then the two of us can figure out. So I'm going to start. I think Ewan will probably go for an Americano. And we'll go black, and it's as easy as that. And it is a bold new taste indeed. So first up, I think you've got to start with the bold new cup. Just take a look at this beauty over there. Absolutely stunning. It reminds me of like Knight Rider. It's bold, it's sleek, it's not your average coffee vessel. It's a stylish statement in itself. And I love the look of it. It's a great way to start your day kind of dialed in. And I also love the process. I can't believe they gave us our own machine to use in the process. Okay, we're getting a beautiful crema on top of the coffee, which I know is that first sign. The smells and aromas are absolutely amazing. And we're going to bring our Evis in to have a little taste of a black. I ordered you a black coffee. I know you're kind of cutting at the moment.
You know my heart, my friend. You know my heart. Listen, I would love to have this in my house.
What would you trade in for this? Would you trade in the bike for this?
You know what? It's a close one. Look, I love my coffee. I love good coffee at that as well. But this would most certainly be a nice feature. But here we have it.
It is beautiful,
studio,
and we're going to test it in every way that we can, okay? It's probably going to be quite warm.
What did you make me? An Americano?
An Americano,
nice.
sans the milk.
Told you know me.
And I'm going to go for, seeing as you've helped me break my fast so spectacularly this morning, I'm going to reward myself with maybe a little cappuccino. Let's do it. I'm going to go.
There's so many options. You can have a different option every day of the week.
I love it. So have a little smell there, have a little taste, and give me a sense of that flavor profile. I think the bold new taste is where where it really hit home. It's new, it's improved, and it's strong. And I think when you're paying this little, and we'll get into the price in just a moment, you don't expect quality like this.
Sure. But this smells like a proper cup of coffee.
Yeah, and it's 100% Arabica beans, which we know is the first sign.
And it's hot, and it's powerful, and it's strong.
Hopefully your taste buds are going to be able to bounce back.
Yeah, it's a lovely combination after the pickles we had.
Yeah. And that was a success. I think that was
no, but this is lovely. You know when I know it's a good cup of coffee?
It's coming.
When you don't have to add anything to it. Any sweeteners, any sugars, just like this. And this is beautiful, my friend. Thank you.
And the aroma's coming off. It's incredible. And you can see the range here available in cappuccino, like I'm going to try now. We've got the latte and we've got black coffee as well. And that's where the coffee really stands up. It's beautiful. But if you want a little extra something, they've got some additional flavors like vanilla and hazelnut. Now, the big thing here, and this is the thing that blew me away, the price point is unbeatable. Starting from $23.90, you can even grab a tall cappuccino for $27.90. That's a bold pricing.
That is bold.
Statement
to make. It's like a bold taste on this one as well.
Oh, I can't wait.
That looks good.
It really does look good.
That looks really good.
Not too much froth. I love the fact that you get a bit of that coffee crema mixed in with the froth as well, so you get that hit of coffee from the start.
Yes, look at the coffee connoisseur and you coming out there.
Yeah, I doubt there are people who drink more coffee than us, Guy. I hate to say it.
For sure, my friend.
Proudly so, proudly so. Oh, absolutely beautiful. Oh, I love it. So, of course, we put it out to you guys yesterday, what you love most about the bold new taste. And we love the fact that you dived right in. We got a ton of comments, so we thought we'd touch on a few of those. And Boredi Makholane said, the bold new taste flavor has the mouth-watering taste I love the most.
Yes, cheers to that.
Girl. Absolutely, man. And then Naomi Esterhazen said, guys, you've done it again, KFC. And they have. There's always something up your sleeves. The brekkie wrap is just so tasteful and crunchy. Here. And the boldness of the coffee is just exquisite, complementing the whole meal so well together. I'm in love. Hashtag bold new taste. Hashtag Expresso Show. You're on the money, girl. And let's lastly hear from Apule Pakis, who said, I love the smell of it. Nice and strong. Just how I love my morning coffee. I think we're singing from the same hymn sheet. It's giving aesthetics. It is, though. It looks beautiful.
Sure.
It's like an accessory.
It's giving you that buzz that you need.
Oh, man, it's absolutely awesome. Thank you for using that hashtag bold new taste. And then Bonga Lebo saying, I love the smell of it and the taste is out of this world. It tastes like everything is going to be all right. I love that. That's the best description of coffee I think we have ever had. Everything will be okay.
Absolutely.
If you can just start your day like this. Cheers, my friend. Well, here's to a bold new day.
Cheers, my friend.
A
bold new day indeed.
Take a leaf out of our book and embrace the unexpected, embrace the bold, literally, and dive into the rich, flavorful world of the new KFC coffee. It is bold. Oh, man.
Try KFC's bold new cappuccino for only $27.90.
Yeah, the bromance is bromancing in Cape Town. And there's a conspiracy here because Ipi Coffee, guys, where is my coffee? We'll talk about it later, it's fine. But Expresso family, you know when it is the hours of 6 to 9 a.m. Monday to Friday and you're feeling all sorts of good, that you are 100% in the right place, and that is right here on Expresso. And this is why we always make sure that our meal that we are serving you each and every morning, it's full, it's delicious, it's scrumptious, and this is why on the way, we're going to be getting into one of the most anticipated awards shows that is happening in February. Yes, I am talking about the TikTok Top Creator Awards, and we've got two people that I know are no strangers to your eyes. We love to watch them on social media, but then they're going to be in studio telling us a little bit about those awards. And then listen to this, because I can't say it without my mouth salivating, right? A creamy garlic, cheesy chicken and potato recipe. I wish I was there to go and taste it, because it honestly sounds like magic, and it's gonna be on your screen as well in the next bit. But you gotta make sure that you don't go anywhere so that you are in the know of this trending recipe right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Stay exactly where you are, because we'll be back after this.
Welcome back. You're tuning into your Feel Good Breakfast Show Expresso right here on S3. What a first hour, 2 more full hours in your company. 2 minutes past 6 o'clock. Let's take another look at your news headlines. Starting off with your national news. Higher Education Minister Blade Nzimande has warned parents and prospective students to be wary of unregistered private schools and colleges. Now, each year, aspiring students pay large amounts of money to such institutions that pose as reputable and legitimate facilities. He said he wished to warn unsuspecting students and parents of bogus colleges which misled members of the public through false advertisements, which illegally promised to be offering both nationally and internationally recognized qualifications. And the International Court of Justice, the ICJ, is to deliver its ruling on the SA-Israel case at The Hague tomorrow. South Africa accused Israel in the ICJ of committing genocide in Gaza, but Israel rejected the accusations, saying it had a right to defend itself against Hamas. The Palestinian organization orchestrated the 7 October incursion, in which some 1,200 people died. Israel has since retaliated, killing about 26,000 people in Gaza. Pretoria insists that Israel, as a signatory to the 1948 Genocide Convention, must take reasonable measures to prevent genocide in Palestine. Then over to international news headlines this morning. A Russian Ilyushin-76 military transport plane has crashed in the southern Belgorod region near Ukraine. Now, Russia's defense ministry said 65 captured Ukrainian military were on the plane heading to the area for a prisoner exchange. All on board were fatally injured. Ukrainian military intelligence later accused Russia in a statement of putting the lives of prisoners of war at risk. It said it had not been told it had to ensure safe airspace over Belgorod. The Ukrainian statement is seen as a tacit acknowledgement that it shot down the plane. And the U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken has committed to providing an additional $45 million to enhance stability in the West African coastal region. He made his announcement in Abidjan in the Ivory Coast following discussions with the country's president, Alassane Ouattara. The Ivory Coast, among other nations in the area, has faced challenges from jihadist groups in recent years, and this funding supplements the $300 million already invested by the U.S. to bolster security in the region. Now, Blinken is currently visiting the Cape Verde Islands, Ivory Coast, Nigeria and Angola. And we'll end up with this story. In a groundbreaking effort for vulture conservation, the Eastern Cape is hosting one of South Africa's largest projects of its kind. Now, the initiative involves relocating 160 Cape and African white-backed vultures from the Northwest Province to their new sanctuary at the Shamwari Private Game Reserve near Gqeberha. Representing the most extensive vulture relocation in the country, this marks the first phase of a 2-year plan encompassing relocation, rehabilitation and breeding. Now, some birds will find a permanent home at the Shamwari resort due to their inability to survive in the wild, and the project aims to secure the future of indigenous vulture species with a particular focus on rehabilitating the highly endangered Cape vulture. Beautiful story indeed. That's your news headlines for 7 o'clock. We'll have another round for you at 8 o'clock right now. Here's another look at your sports with Graham.
Thank you so much, Ewan. Let's start with the good news first. Bafana have secured their spot in the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations knockout stage. That was after playing out to a goalless draw against Tunisia in their Group E encounter at the Amadou Gonkoulibaly Stadium yesterday. So Bafana, they finish second in the group standings, setting up a round of 16 clash against none other than Morocco, the top-ranked team in Africa and currently 13th globally. That one scheduled for the 30th of January. It's going to be massive, but this is the Bafana team to do it. So certainly going to be focusing a lot of positive energy there. Now we focus on football a little further afield, and Liverpool have done it again. They've advanced to the Carabao Cup final, and they did it with a 1-1 draw against Fulham at the Craven Cottage, securing a 3-2 aggregate victory. So Luis Diaz's early deflected goal extended Liverpool's lead. Then Issa Diop's late goal kept Fulham's hopes alive. However, Liverpool held on for the draw, setting up that Wembley final against their old foes, Chelsea. In fact, it's a rematch of the 2022 final. Should be a cracker. And let's bring it back home for some cricket. And despite the absence of their captain, fantastic David Miller, the Paarl Royals, they've solidified their position at the top of the SA20 table with another emphatic victory, this time a 5-wicket victory over the Joburg Super Kings and at the Wanderers. So Vian Lubber and Dane Villas, they were brilliant, showcased the Royals' batting depth with a crucial partnership, steering them to that victory target of 171. So the Royals, led by Shane Bond, continue to impress, securing now their second consecutive win on the Highveld, and of course, more importantly, maintaining their strong playoff contention with 22 points in the bag. Then the year's first Grand Slam has already served some massive shocks, some surprises, and a lot of action. And in a spectacular, it must be said, quarterfinal upset at the Australian Open, Alexander Zverev showcased his grit and prowess, overpowering two-time Grand Slam champion Carlos Alcaraz. Now, Zverev, he dominated the match, securing a convincing 6-1. 6-3, 6-7. There was 2-7 in the tiebreak. 6-4 victory over the rising star, who I think many of us thought was a dead ringer for that final. So that means now the German player, his exceptional performance earns him a spot in the semi-finals, where he will face Daniil Medvedev, his old foe, in what promises to be a very intense matchup on Friday. I think this one will be a 5-setter, and I have a feeling it's going to extend beyond 3 hours. But we love getting all the tennis action, and that's where we're going to leave it for now. We'll touch on those headlines again in about an hour or so.
Thank you so much, Graham. Let's quickly take a look at what's happening out on the roads in Johannesburg. There is currently congestion on the N1 that's northbound after Olifantsfontein. The back of the queue is at Brakfontein interchange. Please allow for some more travel time if you're in the area. Then in Milnerton in Cape Town, there is congestion on the N7 northbound, and that's at Bosmansdam. You can expect also delays in the area, so please allow for some more travel time. Ultimately, be safe on the roads. That's your traffic. Let's get into your weather. Starting off with some weather news first and foremost. Now, firefighters in the Cape Winelands have been battling a huge blaze on the Kleutjieskraal mountainside near Wolseley, which is now contained but susceptible to flare-ups due to ongoing hot, windy weather. Now, crews are currently vigilant during mop-up operations. Now, unfortunately, the fire on Silverfontein Farm on the Gouda-Saron area persists and was still raging out of control yesterday afternoon. The Kleutjieskraal blaze has consumed some 6,000 hectares and claimed around 40 structures since Monday. Meanwhile, the South African Weather Service says extreme fire conditions are looming over the Northern Cape, excluding the northwest and northeast of the province, the West Coast District, the Cape Winelands and the Central Karoo in the Western Cape, heightening the need for continued vigilance in these regions. That's your weather news. Let's quickly take another quick look at a sunrise view photo of the hour. This one was sent in by June, all the way from Reinfeldt in Benoni. Look at that. Golden morning. June, thank you very much for sharing with us. It looks stunning, and I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with that view. Always loving seeing your photos. Please continue sharing your morning views with us. You can do so on our WhatsApp line 063 408 8863. Here's your temperatures.
Expresso family, you know we love to make you a winner here on your Feel Good Breakfast show, but you also need to make sure that you are betting on yourself, my friend. And this is why I tell you, if you are passionate about the game like I know you are, you can use your sports know-how to predict match day results and claim your share in today's sports take jackpots. Your chances of winning big could become a reality off the pitch, my friend. And you can play your favorite sports take game on the nationallottery.co.za website. That's nationallottery.co.za to make sure that you are somebody who can become a winner indeed. So make sure that you do play now and stand a chance to earn bragging rights to hashtag #BeInjayeGame. We're going to take a short break, but when we come back, more of your Feel Good Breakfast show right here on S3.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You're on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. I'm singing because we're very excited to be back in the Johannesburg studios, okay? And I'm also excited because I'm fangirling about the people who are next to me, honey. Today, we are getting into the TikTok Top Creator Awards. Yes, much anticipated because it is the first of its kind. Now, look, when we talk about our TikTokers in South Africa, we're talking about people who only do it big. And that's why I think it's so right that they are finally getting awarded and receiving all of the flowers that they deserve. On the 9th of March in Midrand, it's going to be going down where all of the top TikTokers are going to be 100% meeting up and making sure that they indeed get to hopefully celebrate each other in the best way possible. And this is why we also have two TikTokers here today with us, because we believe that when it comes to setting trends culturally, as well as just showing society what it is that they look like, or even just showing them what the future looks like, our TikTokers do it the best. So this morning, ladies and gents, I would like you to please welcome two of my absolute faves, and they just continue to do the most. I am talking about Sia Bani as well as Sachi Renji. Woo! Ladies, welcome to the show. Thank you for being here. Can I get you guys' autographs before you leave, please? Ladies, you guys have done so incredibly well, especially given the fact that TikTok is so new to South Africa. I think it's so beautiful to see how you guys have just grown. And I want to then ask you, because I feel like, of course, your content creation started even before TikTok. So, Sia, you kick us off, please. Where did your love for it come from?
I mean, I was... It started in the time of vlogs, and obviously when TikTok came about, it was a platform that is more, it is video, so it was easier to get into. Not really, actually, because in the beginning I think I was doing lip syncs. Then I kind of had to find my foot. It started during COVID, during lockdown. All we had was TikTok.
You're so right. I'm a savage 20 million times. Like, honestly. But Sachi, where did it start for you, my love?
For me, I always loved music and dancing and creating my own videos, but those was way before TikTok. So what I used to do was record them and then keep them, because we don't have Wi-Fi, so I never ever posted them. Then when TikTok came, I was like, okay, so I can actually show people. So that's when I started putting all my stuff online, and then that's where we came from.
Yeah, and look at you guys now, absolute superstars. And honestly, guys, I feel like when it comes to you guys and just receiving your flowers, it's about time. So yes, there are a few different, kinds of awards that happen in terms of social media, but the fact that these ones are from TikTok, saying, guys, well done. I think it's so special.
It's
so, Sachi, talk to us about the TikTok Top Creator Award.
The Top Creator Award is mainly about recognizing the different categories, the different niches that they have in South Africa. But I think it's also important that it's also showcasing to the international hemisphere of what we're bringing, like what Africa does. Not everybody thinks that Africa is more than just what the stereotypes are. So it's about makeup. We also have fashion, and not a lot of people think fashion when they think Africa. So I think it's amazing that they're actually rewarding and recognizing the different talents, the behind the scenes of everyone that put into their content.
And there are so many different TikTokers.
So much.
There's the ones with the white faces, the black faces. It's amazing to see how everybody just reimagines things. You know what I mean? But Sia, talk to me about how it's just so important to make sure that we are giving recognition to our TikTokers, people who keep us entertained from night to day. I mean, you guys included. But why is it so important that they're getting this recognition in sub-Saharan Africa?
I mean, it's important because, funny enough, I also use TikTok. For me, it's a search engine. So if I'm looking for a recipe, I'm looking for the trending makeup, anything, it's right there. So it's only fair because there's so much work that goes into it, from conceptualizing a concept and putting it and executing it and putting it on video. So I'm really glad that TikTok has taken the time to recognize the talent and all the effort that goes into creating the TikTok content.
Yes, and it does take a really long time, especially trying to, I think, put everything into one small video. But ladies, come the 9th of Feb, are your guys' speeches ready for when you have to go and say thank you on stage? You guys have been practicing in the mirror. I can see it.
I was sorting out the outfit. That's the main one.
You're still there. It's okay. 9th of Feb is not too close, so you guys are still good.
Have a few weeks.
A few weeks, yes.
But
Sia, you are nominated in the education and lifestyle category. Speak to us about that and what it takes to be in that category, as well as having content that comes out of that.
It takes consistency. It takes a plan. So it's not something that just spontaneously happens where you're just like, oh, this is my outfit, look at what I'm wearing. So you want want to add value to your community. The people that follow you need to find something that they can take away. So if you're saying, okay, this week I'm going to show you guys what I would wear if I had a corporate job, for instance.
Yes.
So at least people can take something out of it. So it's educational for them, but it's also inspiring. So it solves a problem of what to wear, as minute as it sounds, but it consumes so many people's minds, where you leave your room with clothes all over the place because you have absolutely no idea what to wear. So it takes a content plan, it's a strategy, and it takes consistency for people to really know, oh, this is what this page is about, and we can come here for this kind of inspiration. So consistency for sure.
I don't know how our parents did it, because I just go to see our bunny's page. You know what I mean? Sachi, for you, it's an entertainment. Very quickly, before we jump back into other things, I want to know, what does it take for you in terms of being recognized in that specific category as someone who's doing it at such a high level?
Yes. So entertainment is everyone does it. Almost everybody on TikTok is looking to grab everyone's attention. So the main thing for entertainment is to be unique and to do something not everyone is doing. That's the only way you can actually grab someone's attention to watch fully what you've made. You don't want someone to watch 15 seconds of something you spent like hours on, and it's like 60 seconds example. So for me, entertainment is taking people away from the real world just for a few seconds, just to forget their problems, because everyone comes from work. You don't want to hear more of work. You want to hear something that makes you laugh, because I call my TikTok page a happy place. So everyone can just come and relax, have fun, we vibe, we dance. So that's what entertainment for me is about.
Come on. And guys, thank you for coming to make the studio a happy place. I want to put you guys on the spot really quickly. Favorite TikToker at the moment? Someone,
Sammy,
anyone.
her name is Sammy. I think she's British.
Yes.
Yeah.
Zayan.
Oh yes, I love Zayan. Oh my goodness, beautiful. Okay, ladies, you do not go anywhere. And Expresso family, you do not go anywhere. 9th of Feb, TikTok Top Creator Awards going to be happening in Midrand. Baby, all in the name of celebrating the people who keep us entertained at the highest possible level on our phones. And it is so beautiful to see. Like I said, I'm so glad that they are getting their flowers. But right about now, when we are getting ready to chat to these ladies some more, we're going to cross over to the kitchen with Graham and Ewan.
Thank you, Zanele. Appreciate that. From content creators and award-winning content creators at that, to trending recipes right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, because we really are all about trying that new and trending recipes. And one page that has caught our attention on TikTok was from an account called Jalal Sam Fit. And we literally just scrolled through this account. It is unbelievable. So here we found so many different meal prep ideas, and you know, each one gives you the exact calories and nutritional fact information as well, which I think is fantastic. Really great if you're counting those calories, and we're going to be giving it a try and let you know if it is worth those kilojoules. But before we do anything, let's quickly take a look.
The most delicious, high-protein, creamy, garlic, cheesy chicken and potatoes. Only 500 calories and so easy to meal prep. Slice your chicken into cubes, add fresh garlic, onion powder, mixed herbs, chili flakes, paprika, salt, and olive oil. Mix till you lose patience, then slice your uncooked potatoes, season with salt, garlic, mixed herbs, chili flakes, paprika, and olive oil. Mix well, then oven or air fry on the settings listed on screen. Next, cook the chicken on high heat for 5 minutes. Then lower the heat, add milk, light cream cheese, parmesan, and extra seasoning before adding your crispy potatoes. Add shredded mozzarella, then cover for a few minutes to let the cheese melt. Then distribute into 4 equal servings, and you're ready to enjoy.
Okay.
How good does that look, bud?
Dude, it looks insane.
So it's Jalal Sam Fit. Over 4 million followers, like millions and millions of likes for his recipes, and understandably so.
It's unbelievable, dude. I mean, this looks good. I mean, this looks like something that I would gravitate to.
And not when you're being conscious about your calorie intake as well. This looks like a normal meal, which I love. So if you're on that calorie deficit, it is a big step to take, but it makes all the difference. This allows you to play freely in that space. So I'm going to start.
It checks all the boxes as well with regards to your protein count, which is important.
And your calories are low. So I'm going to take you through the real hack here, and it's the flavor.
No, I'm glad, because this is, I made the complicated recipe earlier on.
This one is really simple, dude. So we obviously prepare in 2 streams here. We've got the potatoes, which we've already prepared. Cut up, cube, and you use exactly the same spices that we're going to be using here. We did our potatoes in the air fryer because it's quick and it's easy.
Absolutely.
We're going to show you from the chicken perspective what you need. So first up, obviously, we want some nice chicken, and just follow the amounts, the weights that he is giving you, and because you can break it up then into your individual meal preps based on the calorie intake that you need.
And you can understand why it's so popular, because I think each and every one of us are looking for those kind of hacks in terms of, you know, quick meals that's nutritional as well. And I can understand why his account is blowing up so much.
And meal prep helps a lot in that regard. If you don't have to put too much effort in during the week, you stick to those that consistency. Okay, so we've got a lot of herbs going going in here. And if you are wanting to eat more healthily and reduce the calories, herbs cost you nothing in that exchange. Ramp up the flavor. That's normally where we fall down.
So garlic powder.
Garlic powder, buddy. It is, or this might be, that's onion powder.
Onion powder.
So you can go, I would go with both. They are absolutely great additions. Then we've got some paprika, and I think we've gone for a smoked paprika and smoked chili flakes
Get
as
that
well.
chili. Oh, I love a bit of spice.
And the heated, like, I mean, the smoked chili flakes aren't quite as hot, but you still get a bit of burn. I'm going to put a bit of oil with that, and then you can keep some for your pan. And then we literally mix these guys. I would almost let this sit for a little bit to let those flavors really kind of get into that. But look how delicious that looks already. A flavor bomb. Okay, then that can be popped into...
Okay, which pan are you using?
I think use the smaller pan for the smaller batch of chicken. Then we're going to combine all our ingredients in here to round off this beautiful meal.
So just a little touch of oil.
And to remind you, we are making a creamy, cheesy, garlic chicken meal prep here, and it's absolutely beautiful. So that can move down the production line to you, to the small pan. And then I'm going to literally start creating in the bigger pan, I'm going to hand over to you, all of the ingredients that we need to round this off.
Oh, dude, the minute it hits the heat, you just smell all those beautiful flavors.
Absolutely unctuous, as Mr. Wasty would say. It just looks delicious. Okay, so as that fries up, we're going to multitask here, because I know you are the woman in our relationship, in our marriage, so you are capable of multitasking where I am not. So now we've got our chicken, which we've finished up, which is beautiful. We've got our potato cubes spiced with the same flavor profile. What I'm going to ask you to do now, my friend, is, well, I can actually lean across you. We're going to start combining all of these.
Go for it.
In our big pan. Crispy potato for the win.
And what a lekker lunchtime idea.
Oh, dude, and this will fill you up. It'll make you satisfied. A smaller amount with lots more flavor makes a little go a long way.
Absolutely.
Okay, so now we've got a little bit of milk. You can kind of use whatever. If you want to use some almond milk, whatever your vibe is. If you're going high fat, which I know kind of almost feels intuitively wrong in this case, but a lot of people are ramping that up, then you can do that as well and go for full cream. Full cream, we've gone for, believe it or not, a low-fat cream cheese, which you can find. I know cottage cheeses you can get fat-free. The cream cheese is just awesome because it adds a whole different kind of level of flavor profile, yes, but also mouthfeel.
So let that just turn up the heat a little bit there.
Okay, we just want to spread that around, give those flavors everywhere. Yeah, use your... and then a little bit of salt. I'm just going to add just a little pinch here. Beautiful.
I mean, like we said, if you follow his recipes, Jalal Sam Fit to the T, then you know you're getting, like, this is classed as 500 calories.
That is incredible. It might seem insane, but he has gone through the hard yards to measure and work everything out and find that balance. So once you've got those flavors mixed through,
okay,
that smells amazing, Guy.
It smells lovely.
And then this is optional. If you're avoiding, like I say, any kind of fats, you can leave the cheese out. But let's be honest, you can get some incredibly low-fat cheeses now, even hard cheeses with very, very low-fat profile. Well done. So now I think that looks perfect. I'm going to sprinkle some of our cheese over this guy.
Just take this off the heat here.
There we go. Yeah, that's great. That's batch 2 loading.
His and hers, right?
Yeah, exactly, man. And meal prep couples who prep together, stay together. That looks good. And then I think all we need to do, maybe just a dash more salt and ta-da!
And look, that'll melt down very quickly.
And I think we can actually even just turn that guy off and let those flavors infuse, because we've already cooked the chicken, we've cooked the potato. We just want those beautiful flavors to infuse. And judging by the smells that are coming out of these pans, the infusion is strong.
Full on. Listen, if you want to get your hands on this recipe, you can follow Jalal Sam Fits, because there's really a lot of inspiration on there. Or log on to our website. We'll put everything there for you, expressoshow.com. And then you can make this for dinner tonight.
Yeah, we'll do a taste test of this guy. Once those flavors have fully infused, then we will decide whether it is a success or a hot mess. But I have a feeling we're going to be drifting towards this space. And then just to celebrate in true style after the break, we, of course, have been treated to some amazing sound checks. And we get to share that love with you. The Jesus Collective are here. And they are one of the most talented ensembles we have ever had. But they bring the energy.
Look, they're going to fill your soul with happiness this morning. That is for sure. We also focus a little bit more on those TikTok Creator Awards and what is coming out of that. It is a phenomenal space. So stick around.
I think
We've got
food is going to
more.
dominate.
This
Food
is going to
dominate
for
TikTok.
sure. All right,
Look.
we'll see you just now.
Is it too soon? Can I look?
Go, go, go.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. What a Thursday morning this has been so far, and we are far from done. Right now, joining us in studio, joining us is an unbelievable collective. Hilton Peterson, the president of Collective Records and the founder of the Jesus Collective. And we're giving them a feel-good welcome together with Chanel, who's part of the Jesus Collective as well, singer and songwriter. It is wonderful. Give them a round of applause. It's wonderful, dude.
Can we, I know your sound checks on a performance, but we've had that performance. I feel like we've had a concert already. You've taken us to church. Thank you for that.
My soul feel enriched already, which is amazing.
Food and music.
Yeah, exactly. We live the best life. It's difficult to tell people this is an actual job.
You're living a good life, man.
And you, my friend, are living your best life at the moment.
Yeah.
Buddy, I would imagine this was a dream. You had an image. Nothing comes together this beautifully without a vision.
Yeah.
What was that vision? What did you want to achieve with the Jesus Collective?
I think it was something very simple. I think I'm from a small town called Ashton, and I'm in Johannesburg. And so when everybody came and visited me in Johannesburg, they always wanted to see the cast of a very popular soapie. And so I thought, let me try and see. So whenever some family members came, and I always had to take them to the set, always had to take them. And so I knew a few cast members, and I always had to take them there. And so I realized that, you know, when you go around in my small town, there's one gospel, and gospel is playing. And I realized that no one would basically see these people. I mean, my grandmother lived for many years, and she never seen Durban, she's never seen Johannesburg.
Sure.
So how can I get these people to be able to see these? They are. I mean, that's the reality. There's people that's going to.
Oh, but there are people that don't know what Christmas is in this country.
Yeah.
That's where we're at.
And so then that's basically how it started off. And so I just brought these people. I mean, I just brought them to the people. And that was basically the concept, and that's basically just changed. And in 2016, I lost my mom, and it just became more serious.
Yeah.
And so now I'm more in the deeper end of the ministry.
And that is beautiful, man. Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, the Jesus Collective has grown in leaps and bounds. I think what is inspiring is that you are able to do nationwide outreaches in towns that would otherwise not be able to have been afforded an opportunity to see the Jesus Collective and incredible artists joining in with the Jesus Collective. What is that for you? What does that mean for you? And if you take a look at the magnitude of artists signing up to be a part of this.
Yes. For me, it's like I said, it's the best reward is getting to these small places. And we were doing an outreach where we were just walking in the community, and I think it was Pakketberg. And when we came into this house, the lady was still going out, go, we must leave. And then Loyiso came to the front, and then everything changed.
I wanted to ask you, what is the reaction?
There's your hack right there. Just take Loyiso.
Yeah, and then everything just changed, and they could not believe. And that's basically all the beautiful thing of just seeing these people not expecting. And then suddenly there's somebody of notice.
There's a flip side to this coin. There is a young Chanel that wouldn't have believed that she could do this if she had not met you, had not seen it actually happen, had not seen you next to Loyiso and made these sorts of connections. You know what it feels like as a performer to plug into that gift. Clearly, it is a gift.
It is.
It is special to help other people do that, to help other people connect to the divine in your way. What does that feel like when you guys perform?
Sure, it's amazing. First of all, I'm from Slangerville, so I never thought that I would even be on a stage such as big as this one. And for me to be here, it's such an honor and such a privilege. And if someone out there is looking at me, if I can do it, so can you.
Van Slangerville.
And that's the key.
Waar is Slangerville?
Verduidelik.
Is 'n klein dorpie. As jy op die N2 ry,
Ja.
net so aan die kant Swellendam, is 'n wegsteekplekkie.
So if you blink, you miss it.
Yes.
But listen, Chanel, I mean, you are known for your powerful quirky type performances, which is inspiring. So first and foremost, unpack quirkies for us. What exactly, how do you define what it is, a quirky performance?
This I have to explain in Afrikaans.
Okay, go for it. Ons is reg.
As jy hoor van 'n koortjie, dan hoor jy saamtrek. As jy hoor van 'n saamtrek, dan beteken dit ons gaan juig, ons gaan dans, ons gaan sing en daar gaan deurbrake wees in alle forme. So as jy 'n koortjie hoor, dan weet jy ons gaan jabula.
No, completely. You don't feel it, you experience it. It flows over and through you and around you.
Yes.
You've got this platform now.
Yes.
You've got the opportunity, the market, you've got the PR value that people want to plug into. Where do you want to take this? Now that you're starting to see these doors open, see the incredible effect of what you're doing, where would you like this to go, Hilton?
Gosh, I always explain this to people. I think I had so many careers before, you know, and I think a vision comes from God. So I'm just the bearer of the way's vision. He's the carrier of it. So like sitting on this platform today, it's not something that you dream and you want to be on Expresso. It's not a dream, you get my point. It's just God opening up the door. Yeah, I am, because he knew it.
The time is now.
The time you understand? So I just need to show up to wherever he's taking me. So for the vision, I'm just saying he's the vision carrier, and wherever God leads us, wherever God takes us, there we just need to show up and be available to basically just to show us.
Well, you guys are showing up in a very big way this morning. I'm going to send you guys off because we cannot wait. You've got wonderful performances. There you go. Go take your place.
Get in the zone.
Absolutely amazing. The Collective records together with the Jesus Collective this morning. I mean, it's so special, man. And you can see it as a heartfelt mission.
It's a family, I think, and I think this is where it transcends, because there is such a warm and welcoming energy about this group. There is a reason why we love connecting with them, but most importantly, it's the music, the power and emotion behind every word, and you get to plug into that right now.
Hi everyone, I'm doing Siliwelile. Enjoy this one.
Staan voor die rooisje, die Here kom vir hom gee. Hy is die God wat ons dien, die God wat voorsien, die God op wie ons vertrou. Moses kom te staan voor die rooisje, die Here kom vir hom gee. Second, one is called Stand Fast. Die belofte van die Here is getrou. Ek sal jou nooit begewe of verlaat nie. Die belofte van die Here is getrou. Die belofte van die Here is getrou. Die belofte van die Here is getrou. Ek sal jou nooit begewe of verlaat nie. Die belofte van die Here is getrou. Die belofte van die Here is getrou. Dis die belofte van die Here is getrou. Ek sal jou nooit begewe of verlaat nie. Die belofte van die Here is getrou.
Chanel and the Jesus Collective. Chanel Alipat van Slangrivier af. That was incredible, man.
Koertjies, so now I understand. Ek verstaan. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, so we've got the small matter of tasting our beautiful, creamy, cheesy garlic chicken, our meal prep for the week.
Listen,
I mean, how spectacular does that look?
It smells amazing.
It actually smells even better than it looks, believe it or not. I wish we could share that with you, but you're going to have to make it for yourself and let us know.
Dude.
Hey, special. And you want to kind of, what's by bottom? See that brought Afrikaans out of me, eh?
That is so flavorful. Listen. Listen, let me have another bite. That is amazing.
Oh, I absolutely love it. So after the break, we are going to continue to track TikTok trends because clearly they are worth it.
Exactly. And I'm going to be telling you how you can stand a chance to win yourself a Vortex air fryer. But we need to vote, my friend.
One more.
I know what your vote's going right now.
Do we even need to vote?
For sure a massive success. That is awesome. Jalal Samfit, this is where we got this recipe from. It's also on our website, expressoshow.com. A fantastic page to go follow. Gives you the calorie count, the everything. It is phenomenal. I am super
There is a Korean chicken dish on his site. If you can go and find it, please make it for us and post pictures. Absolutely delicious. Meal prep is absolutely sorted. We'll continue in just a moment after we have finished.
I'm literally going to finish this whole thing now.
Yeah, go for it.
Amazing. We'll see you now.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back and a very good morning if you've just woken up. I envy you. I love you for that.
I'm still on that little recipe we just made. That was phenomenal.
Absolutely delicious, man. But of course, we want to connect with you guys and we want to connect over amazing content. We want to celebrate those content creators doing the most for us. So we put it to you guys. Who are your favorite content creators right now to follow on the socials?
Yeah, let's see. No doubt Expresso is one of them. I'm just saying.
Our team is amazing. Our team is phenomenal.
Josephine, good morning to you. Josephine comes to you. Good morning. My favorite content creator is Lawrence. So funny.
He must be really famous if that's all you need. It's just Lawrence, just a name.
There we go. Okay.
Oh, Nick Lombard.
Come on.
No, stop it. No, it's you, Nick. It's
Thanks,
not.
Nick.
It's you. No, you.
You see now. Ooh, I like this. Mark says, good morning. Jean-Andre Foster taking the weather report to the next level.
Ooh, I like
Sun
that.
smart weather. Oh, there we go.
I love it when you see people in a non-traditional social media lane like meteorologists and doctors and people like that, because that's the information that really does serve us.
Absolutely.
We need to know these things. If you've got a content creator that is just giving you all the right kind of vibes and educating us, let us know. Just like Selene Rossi, Tums, the narrator, and Amy D. Amy D sounds very familiar. Tums, the narrator, don't know.
And Melvina says, the wine girl Cape Town. Well, now. Always showcases what wine farms estates has to offer, from the wine to the food to the vineyards and even the lovely, oh so amazing scenery. And there's a lot of them, especially down here in the Western Cape. So there's a nice one to follow.
I mean, if you are a content creator, this gives you a great indication of how nice your life could be. We get a lot of complaints that this isn't. This isn't a real job. We understand that, okay, because we get to do amazing things. The content creators, even better. But share with us. Let's give them the platform to shine, because South African content creators are different, and we are starting to see that every day. We want you guys to shine, and we want to be a part of that.
For sure. Talk about those incredible content creators. Zanele is standing by in Joburg.
Ah, man, you know we absolutely love it when we get to see you on social media. Keep them coming. We want to hear from you with the Good Morning posts. However, right now, when we talk about social media, it is all about the TikTok Top Content Creator Awards happening on the 9th of February in Midrand. And my friend, I am so excited. And this is why we had to bring the best in the business. 2 ladies who are nominated in 2 different categories. And this is why I know they're going to be taking it. Very soon they're going to give us their victory speeches, né? However, we first and foremost need to dive into some of these trends that truly make TikTok unique and allow it to just be one of the biggest social media platforms, not just in Africa, but in the world. Ladies, I know that when it comes to trends, everybody likes to jump on them. People love to do them, be part of them. But I want to ask you, why are they so important? Sia, please kick us off, my love.
Trends, they basically extend your exposure. So basically, if everybody's doing the same thing, they're using the same sound, you can reach audiences that otherwise you wouldn't. If you're just, for instance, talking to a camera, or you're not participating. Because usually when something trends, it means people are enjoying it. So it's your opportunity to reach a wider audience beyond the community that you have. And remember, TikTok is a discoverability app. So much of it happens on your For You page. You see a lot of people that you don't necessarily follow, but you might enjoy that particular trend.
Come on, discoverability app. I love that. Sachi, why do you think they're important?
It's important because it helps you to discover new music and new knowledge. You can find different music that you never ever thought that you would like it, and then you actually see other people doing it, and you see it again and again and again. You're like, actually, I like the song. So let me try and join it. You know, so it helps you be part of a community. If you're looking to be a part of something that you have interest in, but you don't know if other people have it, but now it seems trending, then you can actually join it and test it out.
I love that. And ladies, have you got any trends that you've jumped on, you know, recently or a long time ago?
I mean, in 2020, we did the Don't Rush challenge.
The Don't Rush.
While people were facing COVID.
It was we're dropping brushes. From each other, from one living room to another.
Yeah, just catching it.
Right? But I think it helped us get through COVID, right? 100%. And what about you, Sachi? Have you jumped on anything?
A lot of dance ones. I can't remember all of them, but I always do so many that I can't even... It's too much.
I love that. I love it. And I think also, I mean, when we talk about different trends as well, you guys are actually part of the people who set them. So now I'm calling you TikTok practitioners. That is who you are. Thank you very much.
Yes, PhD in TikTok.
Thank you. Exactly. But ladies, this is why we also called you here, because we want to get into some of these trends right now that are just taking TikTok by storm. So let's start with the very first one. Sachi, you mentioned dancing. It's huge on TikTok. I mean, the likes of Spokohle N, she's got around about like 5 million followers, and she's a dancer. It's huge. So let's talk about the Forgive Our Trespassing Challenge. Speak to me about it.
I love when people do it as in 3s or 5s, because the synchronicity just helps you to keep watching, and then you actually want to get up and like, okay, let me watch them and let me try and learn this dance so I can also be a part of it. So I love that. I love that.
And I also think it's one of those dances that's so intricate. So like, Sia, would you get into it?
Okay. Love it though. Absolutely. Watch from start to finish. But
Sia, you see, people like you know themselves. Me, I'll see it and I'm like, I can do it as well.
And then you get on camera and you're like, it doesn't look like what I just saw.
No, it does not. But you know what? We'll still try and it's okay. But ladies, let's move over to one where this is someone, I think I even remember our makeup artist here at the Expresso Johannesburg studio. She's the one who told me about this person, Usis Maria.
Usis Maria.
Yes, and this is why earlier on I said you get the white faces, the black faces. Like, people have all kinds of costumes, but Sis Maria is known to be like such a hater.
I find her so entertaining. She is so witchy.
Yes.
Like, I think that's the best.
It's hilarious. She's pretty hilarious.
But it's so funny.
It's so funny. And also I think it just speaks to just what everyone knows, which is sometimes you have have that neighbor who's jealous.
And it's so relatable that even our parents can watch it and enjoy it with you. That's amazing about it. Yeah.
And when we speak about that as well, I think one of the things I love most is just how everyone also just jumps in terms of adding to.
In the comments, you just have a blast in the comments scrolling like, oh, well, same, me too.
Me too.
Same,
I know this neighbor.
Let me act my friend. Like, you know, this is so us.
Yes. But then there is also the trend that everyone is doing all around the world. I mean, some of the biggest celebrities in the whole entire planet have actually done it, which is the Of Course Challenge. So, you know, of course, the one that I did with my friends not too long ago was the South African one. We were like, I'm South African. Of course I'm going to win a Rugby World Cup.
I'm South African. Of course I want to see you now.
Yes, exactly. It was all of these things. And I'm South African. Of course I can live through the dark. Like all of these different things that just are us.
So relatable.
Can I ask you guys, what are some of your faves of courses that you've seen? Because I know for me, the very first one I ever saw was, they were like, I'm a client, so of course I'm going to ask you for the brief late. And all of these different things.
I love that agency one is so relatable, where the client expects you to have 2 days turnaround.
My babes, with a budget that
with a budget of 200 rand.
Small, exactly. Oh my word. But guys, I also know when we talk about just like the different trends, I feel like you said it's a discoverability app, right? But I also feel like it allows everyone as a TikTok community to genuinely just be a part of something altogether, right? Exactly.
And also to be yourself. I think it facilitates or it champions authenticity.
100%.
And I love that.
So ladies, before we leave, I want this to trend. Because, guys, you are going to be winning on the 9th of February. Yes, at the TikTok Top Creator, 100%. So when the awards happen, Sia, you can kick us off very quickly into the camera. What is your...
My speech?
Yes.
I would like to thank my ring lights. Shining so bright and carrying me through. I'd like to thank all my creativity that goes into creating my content.
Come on!
Thank you, let's go. I'd like to thank my wardrobe for breaking all my costumes.
Yes, go!
But thank you for all the costumes. I'd like to shout out to my mom for always recording for me. Appreciate it. And obviously to my humans, love you guys so much for always supporting.
Woo! Everybody! I love it. We're going to be seeing these very award speeches on the 9th of February in Midrand when the TikTok Top Creator Awards happen. And baby, this is exactly what we want in 2024. Being allowed to say, hey, you TikTokers that make us happy each and every day, you are doing such a great job and you deserve everything and more. And we will be there. I hope you'll be there as well. And don't worry, we'll get all of the details that you need. However, right about now, we're going to get into some more TikTok on this side. I know that Ewan and Graham are in the kitchen. Let's cross over to them.
Thank you so much, Zanele. Look, if you want to be trending on all platforms of social media, you need an air fryer. And that's what I'm going to be giving you right now. Details on how you could win your very own fancy air fryer. Now, this summer, Easy Life Kitchens are making it easier to cook in this rather hot weather we're experiencing. And they are giving away a Vortex Plus 8-in-1 VersaZone air fryer. It's worth 4,500 Rand to one lucky follower. And that one lucky follower could be you. Now, all you need to do to enter is you have to like the Easy Life Kitchens page on Facebook and Instagram, tag a friend who wants an air fryer, and share the giveaway post. It's as easy as that. Now, don't forget, the giveaway entries will close at midnight on the 26th of February this year. And T's and C's do apply, and you can find them on our website, expressoshow.com. Remember, there's so much you can do with the air fryer. Everyone needs an air fryer in their life. I can't live without it. I've got a beautiful way of making an oats breakfast in an air fryer. Hopefully, I'll get to share that on Expresso Show in the very near future. But don't forget, all those details will be on our socials as well. Stick around. Lots more to come on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
And now that Ewan has made an air fryer all sexy with oats, come on, guy, I think we can raise the bar. I know this man owns 5 air fryers because he's living large. Nick Rabinovitz is here. How are you,
It's a lot of air fryers.
It is, man. How are you, dude?
I'm good. I've had my oats. I'm ready to go.
If your child wants to know what rambunctious means, he's living proof.
My child is rambunctious.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hence, an entire show named after his child, Rambunctious. Now, he has got new material, and we cannot wait to hear it. Then, of course, we're going to be back in the kitchen continuing tracking these amazing trends. We're going to make something fruity tooty with a little bit of yogurt, and we're going to freeze it, and it's delicious. Stick around. We'll see you in just a mo. Rambunctiousness.
Double cream plain yogurt from Clover. Just plain amazing.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You are tuned into your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Expresso right here on S3, a minute past 8 o'clock. Can you believe the time flies this morning? Let's get into your news headlines for one last time on this Thursday morning. Starting off with your national news, the SA tourism industry is gearing up to achieve its full recovery this year. The sector has its sights on hosting some of the major international events from this year up to 2029 with a total revenue of some 1.2 billion rand. Now, Tourism Minister Patricia de Lille has launched the 2024 edition of Africa's leading businesses, events, tourism trade show named Meetings Africa. The event, scheduled to take place in Sandton between 26 and 28 February, will host some 3,000 African business owners from 51 countries, including exhibitors and buyers. And Higher Education Minister Blade Nzimande has warned parents and prospective students to be wary of unregistered private schools and colleges. Now, each year, aspiring students pay large amounts of money to such institutions that pose as reputable and legitimate facilities. He said he wished to warn unsuspecting students and parents of bogus colleges which misled members of the public through false advertisements which illegally promise to be offering both nationally and internationally recognized qualifications. Over to international news this morning. Namibia's President Hage Geingob is flying to the US to receive specialized medical treatment for cancer. That's what his office has confirmed. Now, this less than a week after medical tests had revealed that he has cancerous cells. Now, the 82-year-old will receive novel therapy in the US for a week before returning to continue with treatment in Namibia. Concerns about Geingob's health has been growing. He is due to step down as president at the end of his second term later this year. And a Russian Yushin 76 military transport plane has crashed in the southern Belgorod region near Ukraine. Russia's defense ministry said 65 captured Ukrainian military were on the plane heading to the area for prisoner exchange. All on board were fatally injured. Ukrainian military intelligence later accused Russia in a statement of putting the lives of prisoners of war at risk. It said it had not been told it had to ensure safe airspace over Belgorod. The Ukrainian statement is seen as a tacit acknowledgement that it shot the plane down. And we'll end up with this story. Cape Town secured its position as the second best city in the world to visit in 2024, even beating cities such as London, Berlin and Tokyo. Now, this is determined by Time Out's esteemed rankings. A comprehensive survey of 20,000 global travelers and insights from travel experts placed the mother city just behind perennial favorite New York. Mayor Jordan Hill-Lewis expressed joy at this achievement, attributing it to the city's commitment to providing a world-class experience. With record-breaking tourism numbers anticipated for this year, Cape Town will again put its fanciest outfit to wow visitors, fostering an ecosystem that supports local businesses and communities for enduring prosperity. So take note, world, Cape Town is ready to conquer your heart once again. And that is your news headlines for this Thursday morning. Here's a last look at your sports with Graham.
Thank you. You in this beautiful country of ours really putting her best foot forward, and it applies to football as well. As Bafana Bafana have secured their spot in the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations knockout stage. That was after playing out to a goalless draw against Tunisia in their Group E encounter at the Amadou Gon Koulibaly Stadium yesterday. So Bafana finishing second in the group standings, setting up a round of 16 clash, sadly, against Morocco, the top-ranked team in Africa, currently 13th globally. That one scheduled for the 30th of January, but have some hope. I think this Bafana team is set up for that win. Now, speaking of which, Liverpool have done it again as we head further afield, and they have advanced to the Carabao Cup final. That was after a 1-1 draw against Fulham at Craven Cottage, securing a 3-2 win on aggregate. So Luis Diaz's early deflected goal extended Liverpool's lead. Then Issa Diop's late goal kept Fulham's hopes alive. However, Liverpool, they were able to hold on for the draw, setting up that Wembley final against their old foes, Chelsea. In fact, it's a rematch of the 2022 final, so should be spectacular. Now let's bring it back home for cricket, and despite the absence of their injured captain fantastic David Miller, the Paarl Royals continued their form, solidifying their position at the top of the SA20 table with an emphatic 5-wicket victory over the Joburg Super Kings at the Wanderers on their home turf. So Vian Lubber and Dane Villa showcased the Royals' batting depth this time out with a crucial partnership. Really did look good, steering them to the victory target of 171 with just 5 wickets down. So the Royals, led by Shane Bond, continued to impress, securing their second consecutive win on the Highveld, and of course, in so doing, maintaining their strong playoff contention. 22 points under the belt already. And then finally, we round off with the year's first Grand Slam, which has been serving it up this year in a spectacular quarterfinal upset at the Australian Open. Alexander Zverev showcased his prowess, overpowering the two-time Grand Slam champion. And I think we expected him to be a finalist this time, Carlos Alcaraz. So Zverev, he dominated the match, securing a convincing 6-1, 6-3, 6-7. It was 2-7 on the tiebreak, 6-4 victory over the rising star. That means the German player's exceptional performance has now earned him a spot in the semi-finals. And it's going to be a titanic one where he faces his old foe, Daniil Medvedev, in what promises to be an intense and I would imagine very long matchup on Friday. These guys have been involved in record breakers before. This is going to be one of those moments. We love it from the first Grand Slam of the year, but that's where we leave it today. Let's get one last look at the roads.
Thank you so much, Graham. Just two things we need to note on the roads this morning in Bellville and Cape Town. There is currently congestion on the N1 inbound, and that's at Durban Road. Please allow for some added travel time this morning if you are making your way into town especially. And in Somerset West and Cape Town, there's congestion on the N2 outbound, and that is before Victoria Interchange. You can also expect some delays in that area. Please be safe on the roads this morning. Right, let's take a look at your weather for the last time with your weather news this morning. The SA Weather Service has issued a warning for extreme heat across several regions today. The Kamiesberg municipality in the Northern Cape, parts of the Cape Winelands, the Central and Little Karoo of the Western Cape, and the Dr. Beyers-Naudé municipality in the Eastern Cape will experience extremely hot conditions. Moreover, extreme, uncomfortable and very hot conditions are anticipated in areas of the Western Cape, excluding the coastal regions and the interior of the Namakwa district in the Northern Cape. A heat wave characterized by persistent high temperatures is forecast for the western parts of the Chris Hani District Municipality and the local municipalities of the Dr. Beyers-Naudé and Raymond Mhlaba, as well as the Blue Crane route. It definitely looks like we are in for a hot couple of days, so make sure you hydrate, drink lots of water. Now, before we get into your temperatures, let's take one last look at a beautiful sunrise view this morning. This beautiful picture, look at that, was sent in by Nick from Louisfontein. Nick, good morning to you. Thank you very much for sharing. That is epic, my friend. Photography skills on fleek. Do you even say that anymore? But it looks amazing. Thank you very much, and hope you have a blessed Thursday going forward. Always love seeing your pictures. Please continue sharing it with us on our WhatsApp line 063 408 8863. For the last time, here's your temperatures.
Wow, I think Uppington takes it because their minimum is higher than most maximums today. Please stay safe out there. In fact, stay indoors and watch a little sport because there's added bonus to that. If you're a passionate sports lover, if you're a lover of the game, you can use that sports knowledge, that know-how, how to predict day results and then claim your share in today's sports stake jackpots. The best way to watch your sport. Your chances of winning big could become a reality off the pitch, and I mean big. So you can play your favorite sports stake game based on the sports that you love on the nationallottery.co.za website. So make sure that you play now and stand a chance to earn those bragging rights to be in your game.
Thanks, G. We're going to be taking the quickest of breaks. Lots more to come on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We are joined by comedy royalty, Mr. Nick Rabinowitz. He's here with some brand new material, Rambunctious. It only took him 5 cups of coffee and a bowl of my oats in the air fryer to get him here this morning. Stick around for that chat. And of course, we're jumping back into the kitchen, show you how to make delicious, fruity, frozen yogurt, a recipe that you most certainly will enjoy with the hot weather we're experiencing. We'll see you now.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Oh, look at the smile on my face right now. Why? Because we are in for a real comedic treat. Not just today, but every day that he steps onto a stage. We are joined in studio by the hilariously talented, wonderful human being that is Nick Rabinowitz. He is here to give us the inside scoop on his upcoming show, the first of 2024, Rambunctious. It's set to start on January the 30th at the iconic Baxter Theatre. It's a good place to have a laugh. That picture speaks volumes. Why aren't you wearing that outfit right now, Mr. Nick Rabinowitz?
Yeah, it should be. It's quite iconic, as you say.
Like you, my brother.
Really?
Like
I'm an icon.
You're an icon. And you are. And I love you because you're just funny, dude. You capture what we need to laugh about so beautifully. And boy, don't we need a laugh right now. Kids have started school. I would imagine that's given you some comedic fodder. How was the year started for you? How was your beautiful family, my brother?
My family are great. I'm so happy they're out of the house and back at school. I'm excellent. I'm crippled with self-doubt and anxiety, but the meds have really kicked in. So I'm very calm at the moment.
But isn't that the comedic way? We always think that you're light and fluffy, but comedians have to go to dark places to find it, man.
We're like Dante. We have to walk through the inferno, and there's no way out other than through.
You just got to do it, man. And boy, isn't collectively the world being pushed through one of those gateways right now.
It's a crazy time, isn't it? I wish we could just go. The other day I said this to myself, can't we go back to 2019? And then I remembered, I Googled it, and I found that 2019 was a terrible year.
Did it exist?
Can you remember
Did it
what
actually happen? No, I blocked it
Terrible
out.
things. Nescafe, Nestle changed the dairy milk recipe. The Game of Thrones finale was a great disappointment. And Apple brought out the new phone with the old headphone jack. Didn't fit.
And we lost. When did we lose fish paste?
I don't know. Oh, that went out as well.
Speaking of which, how do you, because I find you're funniest when you're just flowing, but you've got to go onto a stage with a structure.
Yes.
You can't just go out there and spit, as funny as you are.
Yes.
How do you build a set? Take us inside the crazy clockworking mind of Nick Rabinowitz. Where do you start?
Well, I collect daily things that happen to me. Like, I'll make a note in my phone. Today I went on the Expresso set, and who knew that the whole theme would be green, that Graham would be in green, that I'd be wearing my green pandas and polar bears. And then I'll say to myself, no, there's no comedy there.
There's nothing.
But things happen, a lot of strange things happen to me, and they make it into the show. For example, ISIS threatened to blow me up last year, so that I've got a whole 10 minutes on that.
Oh, wow. Oh, you can make it 15 now.
I probably
15,
could.
20 minutes now, I think you could do it. Because you have to walk that line. And I think comedy is kind of re-evolving in the sense that there were so many sacred cows that no one would touch. And now it's almost like, nah, we're going to go there because we need to deal with these things. For instance, understanding what rambunctious means.
Yes,
so
rambunctious actually means boisterous self-expression or exuberance because you can't use the term tomboy anymore.
And that's about 15 minutes as well.
Which is about my daughter, Sophie, who is rambunctious.
As she should be.
Yes. A woman says to me, is she such a tomboy? And I said, you can't say that.
No, you're not allowed. Officially, it's written down somewhere that you're not allowed to say that.
Yeah.
Banter with the boys. You have an opportunity to sit down with the boys, speaking of which, Jean de Villiers.
Yeah.
There are different ways that you can ply your trade now as a comedian, and it's meaty. There is so much fun to be had out there just doing what you do. Talk us through that mode. How different is it to be funny in a different space? On stage, it's all you, it's yours to control. When you've got to step out of that lane and start doing other things.
Sorry, I'm just looking at that giant sweat patch under your arm.
This one?
Yo.
Is it a sexy
Guys,
one?
can we get him another...
It's because I'm a little bit fanboying right now with you, man.
Banter with the boys is
exactly like that.
Sports chat show. It's like the reverse sweep of chat shows where we get caught out by the BCC and the BCCI, which are Indian cricket overlords. But I sit down with sporting legends like Jean de Villiers, and we talk about toxic masculinity and the role of alcohol in sport, as well as mental health. And they're in denial, really, about all of those things. So we just end up talking about cool things, stuff happened after the game, and then, punch John Smith in the face.
And 4 World Cups, 4 Ellis World trophies.
Amazing. No, it's very cool. I get to connect with my inner butt.
Why? Why do you need to do this, dude? Because you have a way. I think people, they know how funny you are, but I don't think people know how fiercely intelligent you are and how you're able to capture concepts. Don't get nervous, bro. Don't get a sweat patch, because you are that. Why do this? Why use your voice to address these things?
To address things
like toxic masculinity, sweat patches.
Well, I think that we live in such a fake world, especially with social media. The degree of looking good and looking like you've got it all handled.
It's not true.
And people, if you spend a lot of time on social media, which I currently do because I'm addicted to it, I end up feeling really bad about myself at the end of it. And what I do enjoy is when people are just real.
Authentic. I love that.
So authentic. Authenticity starts with being authentic about being inauthentic, doesn't it? That's the tricky part.
No, I'm going to think about it for the next hour and a half, my friend.
You will work it out because you are also fiercely intelligent.
And rambunctious. That's why we fit in so well together. It's going to be an amazing comedy experience, but I think it's a window into the human condition that we need at this time of the year to refresh, refocus, and just have a belly laugh, because that's what you elicit, my friend.
It's going to be like Uppington, actually. It's going to be blazing.
Blazing above 40.
And you know, Uppington's the kinkiest town in South Africa. 60% of people there enjoy being tied up, which is not just the reason they're still there.
Well, a couple of them. If you're in Uppington right now, please send us videos and pictures. We love you. Nick Rabinowitz, you're amazing, dude. Thank you so much for being who you are every single day. Rambunctious is on at the Baxter from the 30th of January. Do yourself and all your friends and your family a favor. Get there and go and have a belly laugh.
Nothing like a belly laugh. Awesome to have Mr. Nick Rabinowitz in studio right now. We are jumping into the kitchen once again, and I've got some good news for you this morning. Yes, South Africa, desserts do not have to be unhealthy. No, they can be very, very healthy, in fact. Now, this morning, we are actually going to show you how to make a healthy, homemade, fruity, frozen yogurt. It's creamy, it's indulgent, and completely guilt-free, which I love. And the hero, of course, of this dish, undeniably Clover's brand new double cream plain yogurt. So we're going to put this together, and this is our end product we have over here. Looks delicious. It is delicious. I've got Graham, my brother, coming in here, my friend.
Sure.
That was lovely.
It's always an experience with Nick because he is so bright and so sharp and so funny. You kind of feel like you should be setting up, giving me like alley-oops all the time. Just what a joy. We brought the stone fruit, thankfully.
And what's nice about this recipe is you can go for whatever fruit you like.
Floats your boat.
I was thinking banana could be nice in this one, but let's put it together first and foremost. I'm going to give you, because you are so good with the knife, please chop that us, just take the stone out, and we're going to blend it all together. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get our Clover plain yogurt, double cream, in fact, my friend.
Oh,
here we go.
I've seen them do it so many times. I just did it. That's crazy, man.
I like it. So,
that's never happened. Normally, I'm not allowed to use the knife.
Simple recipe, but I think the addition of making a frozen dessert like this, adding double cream yogurt, it is just beautiful, because it's also, I mean, if you think about it, it is a source of protein. I mean, Clover's double cream yogurt, it is super thick and filling, which will keep you feeling satisfied and fuller for longer, and that's what we want. And like I've said, a great source of protein as well. And for this recipe, you can, like I said, play around with flavor combinations and experiment. Use whichever fruit you prefer. You can also do the frozen fruits.
Oh, for sure. And I think it's a good thing to remember with a lot of these things, if they're the fruits and the fresh stuff, if they're starting to get to that point where they might be a little too far gone, freeze them before it gets there, because you can still use all of the amazing fruit. You don't want to waste it. Just because
Look at you, my friend.
You can't eat it fast enough, you know?
Exactly. And this is guilt-free, it's healthy, it's fruity, something great, I think, for moms and dads out there to make for the kids.
You're
just showing off now.
Yeah, no, I am.
You're just completely showing off now.
I suppose you don't really have to even chop them up, but at least we've got...
Yeah, but
we're aiding the process. Yeah, no, it's perfectly fine.
All right.
And we have got some amazing fruit in season right now. So do yourself a flavour and get stuck in. All right.
Yeah. So I'm going to put 2 cups. Pass me that cup there.
Here we go, sunshine.
2 cups of our double cream yogurt.
Oop.
Okay. That was not a full cup, but I'm going to
don't leave anything behind.
And then just because I feel always a little bit extra for love.
Yeah, I mean, and the yogurt is there for the win. I think with my kids, one of the greatest successes I had with my first child and failed dismally with my second is the love of yogurt.
Yes.
How good it is for the gut.
Oh, dude, so I've got some vanilla essence in there. Some honey goes in there.
Ooh.
You know, the sweet factor, which is lovely.
No, but honey isn't just that. Yeah, it's a natural sugar, yes, but it's got antibacterial, antifungal, just about everything, anti-bad health enzymes.
There we go. And just a dash of salt.
Okay.
Okay, so let's get this thing going.
Gooi hem.
Come on, buddy.
You can do it.
Here we go. Okay.
We said it was an experience.
Yeah, for sure.
Can mix it up a little bit. Don't be put off.
Come on, buddy. You can do this.
You can do it.
You know, out of all the recipes that we've done this morning,
maybe mix it in a little bit.
Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to give it a quick turn.
There we go. You are not allowed to do this at home.
No. Well, definitely not. Oh, this thing is going. Come on.
Okay, so we're going to... and this is the joy of this. It is a simple, beautiful, easy hack. So once we've got it down to a consistency that we like, and I assume we can have some beautiful, chunky bits of fruit in there as well. That's going to add to the textural kind of component once it's in the frozen form.
Let's go again.
And then we pop this guy in our little... There we go.
Okay. Now that looks good. Much better. So we're just going to blend that for a second.
Beautiful. It looks amazing. Well, you could just drink it like that, but I think on maybe if you're in Uppington today, where the minimum is 25, boom, and the max is now 40, these could see you through your day. Then you just spoon it into our little...
You know what? Actually, it's got a cup. I'm going to try and sport because we got to go for it. Okay, here we go.
Beautiful and guilt-free as well. So if you want to recreate these, absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to call them Tutti Frutti Popsicles with our double cream clover yogurt, which is absolutely delicious.
There we
you
have
can find them at our website, expressoshow.com.
Just like that. All right, my friend. Well, Sanele is going to be telling us what is coming up. We are going to be cheersing with a fruity sensation explosion. There we go. Love it. Expressoshow.com.
Wow.
I'm
double cream plain yogurt from Clover. Just plain amazing.
The Feel Good Breakfast Show continues with the best way possible in terms of making sure that you, my love, have only the best. And when I talk about the best, I'm talking about someone that I am such a huge fan of. Oh my goodness. The question is, are you ready? Because Prev Reddy is in the building and he's going to be talking to us about the comedy show that you need to be at. Also coming up though, one of the biggest films and most anticipated in 2024 is The Color Purple, and this is why we're going to be getting into the preview of it with JP. One of the things I know absolutely everyone loves is a good movie, and trust me, this is exactly one of those. Right about now though, I'm going to need you to stick around because we're going to take just a little short 2-minute break, and when we come back, more of your Feel Good Breakfast Show right here on S3.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
You're on your Feel Good Breakfast Show right here on S3. I did tell you this before, and it is because it is all about feeling good, okay? One of the things we love most, though, is a good comedy show. We're talking about the people who let us laugh our bellies out, my friend. They make us forget about our worries, and this is why we've invited one of those people who doesn't just do it on social media. He also stands up and does it in front of a whole entire crowd. I am talking about none other than Prev Reddy. Ba, 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 ba.
Good morning.
Prev Reddy, I welcome you in the name of the Stand-Up Joburg Comedy Show.
Thank you. I'm so excited.
Oh, I feel like I'm also excited because people like you are going to be doing the things that need to be done. For anyone who doesn't know and has been living under a rock, because this is the second edition, what is it all about?
So Stand-Up Joburg is a comedy show that brings comics of different decades, genres, and we bring all their fans together in one room. So you experience a night of different styles of comedy.
Yes.
Very nerve-wracking, but also very exciting because you get to be introduced to something new, which is really exciting.
100%. And tell me, how is it different for you in terms of, you know, going and performing there? Because I feel like, you know, everybody knows the standard comedy show. What makes this one super unique?
I think we have legends on the lineup, and we have, I mean, I still consider myself a bit of a newbie on the scene.
Yes.
We have Mark Banks on the lineup. We have Sifiso Nene. We have Bashir Tash. We have all these great comics. I mean, Mark and Sifiso have been doing it, you know, for a long time, and they're people we look up to, and they have a beautiful fan base. So it's different because you're going to get different POVs of comic styles. So yeah.
I love that. And I mean, for you, this point of view, is it something that you ever imagined for yourself? Because of course you started on social media, then you won international awards. Exactly.
Shout out COVID.
But speak to us about you and your journey with comedy.
I think I've always loved comedy. You know, when you're younger, you know you like something, but you don't really know what it is yet. So you find different ways of expressing what that is. And I think it wasn't until I was 21 that I realized, okay, I love writing comedy, but now I love performing stand-up. And then I didn't think we'd get here, but I think, with perseverance and just not taking no for an answer, you know, things tend to work out the way they should. So I'm very grateful and very excited.
Now you're the Trevor Noah of Durban. I love it.
Yes,
Yes,
I'll
exactly.
take it. I'll take it. I'll take it.
But Prev, speak to us about this as well, because you're also an actor, darling. International. You're in so many different countries. And you also, of course, have been someone who takes on comedic roles.
Yeah.
When it comes to that,
Yeah.
are you strictly going to be staying to comedic roles, or do you want to like branch out?
I mean, I always considered myself an actor first because that's what I started doing. I love challenging myself, but I think there's something so beautiful with comedic roles because there's truth behind comedy.
Yes.
And when you're playing comedic characters, you know, the funny comes through the reality and the truth of the situation, but they're often characters that are going through very deep stuff. And I think that's what comedy is. It's helping us deal with deep stuff.
Yeah.
So I think at this point in my career, I'm very pro taking comedic roles, but I mean, I'll take whatever comes, people. You know, just
I just want to work, darling.
I just want to work. Give me those briefs. But yeah, I mean, a drama in the future, but I'm loving the comedy genre at the moment.
And speak to me about this, because a lot of people always say that comedy is more difficult than drama. Do you agree?
Absolutely,
Really?
absolutely. I mean, it's not easy to be funny. It's easy to be serious and dramatic and let all of that out. But I mean, finding the nuances and the timing. Timing is so important, especially when you are in a comedy show.
Yeah.
So I do believe there's an art to everything and there's a skill to everything. I might be biased, but comedy is very, very challenging. And I
But
love
you do it so well.
I appreciate that. Thank
But
you.
now, my love, I want to ask you about what we are going to be seeing at Stand Up Joburg Comedy Show for you. What is going to be in your set, Prev? Because I've seen you cover so many different things.
So people who've been coming to my shows, I mean, this is my like 7th year doing comedy properly. Thank you.
Come on.
Last year, I retired my Auntie Shamila character. I went on a
Yes.
big tour. I played the ICC in Durban, and we filled out the ICC.
I stand a king.
And I will pat myself as the youngest person to fill the ICC, but it was my farewell to Auntie Shamila and that type of comedy. So now with stand-up, I'm stepping more into my own. I'm stepping into Prev. There's no wig and there's no gown. So a lot of my comedy now is what I've been experiencing as a 20-year-old, 20-something in South Africa. And as deep and dark as it is, it's also quite hilarious because I came with creased clothes, no power. It's not because I'm a stupid young little child, it's because there was no electricity.
I don't have electricity.
Yeah. So that's the difference. I feel like I'm growing into Prev now. So yeah, I'm excited.
And you're doing so beautifully, my
Thank
love.
you so much.
And this is why I'm a big fan of yours. And this is why we're going to come out and be there at the Stand Up Joburg Comedy Show.
you.
Please tell us, where can we get the tickets?
So tickets are available at Ticket Pro. The show is happening in Johannesburg on Saturday at Empress Palace.
Yes.
And yeah, man, come have a laugh. It's month end, so you've gotten paid.
100%.
You know what I mean?
There's people who are paid even today.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
It's cheaper than therapy. That's what I always say.
It's actually so
cheaper than therapy.
It is.
So yeah, tickets on Ticket Pro. There's still tickets available.
Yes.
And it's just going to be an evening of fun and light laughter.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Expresso family, this is exactly what you deserve. And this is why you got to go through and see the likes of the incredible Prev Reddy and a whole lot more in terms of what the comedy scene has to offer in South Africa. Right about now, though, we do need to head over to the lounge because apparently Ewan and G, they're having that bromance thing again.
Hey, the bromance.
You can see it, man.
You know, it's real. It really is real. We are talking movies right now, and I think a movie that came out in 1985, The Color Purple. And, JP is going to be here.
Massive opportunity to revisit probably one of the most important stories that needs to live on and continue to be told. So we're going to be delving into that with JP Sebastian.
Yeah, here's a quick look at the movie.
There's nothing that's been more important or vital to me culturally, artistically, than The Color Purple. It is a solid base of spiritual and emotional power for me. Every woman and man who has been invisible, who has felt unseen and unvalued, this is their story.
Today, our teacher taught us about a place called Africa. Our mamas come from Queens over there. You know what that means? We, royalty.
The original film is one of the cornerstones of culture, certainly Black culture.
What if we put it back out into the world?
And kind of paint our own version of it.
We want to connect with the younger generation.
Blitz is our incredible director.
He's putting a little modern twist to it, but still capturing the essence of what this film means.
It's a story of finding yourself and living it and going after it no matter what.
It's about sisterhood.
And redemption.
Where you get to see all these strong women shine and be who they're truly meant to be.
It's a human story, and that's what makes it ultimately great and enduring.
The
it's fun and joyful.
As we say in our community, it fills you up, so you leave feeling full.
I feel so blessed to join the Color Purple family. It's just an incredible piece of art.
That's how filmmaking should be. Joy, excitement, Color Purple. Let's go.
All right, there we have it.
We love the sound of that. We've been doing a mini review and we haven't even seen the film yet because so much comes with the story. JP Sebastian sits on the couch to not give us a full review because you haven't seen the film, but you're going to paint a picture for us. And I would imagine in this particular picture, a lot of purple, but also a lot of light and shade because this is quite an intense story to tell.
JP gets a bit shadier a bit later when we get a more special segment on the Color Purple. But yeah, like you said, like the three of us were already engrossed just watching that scene about like, because it's a landmark movie is one thing from the original in 1985.
And that was Oprah's kind of, it really did announce her.
She was unknown as far as being an actress and also even as a presenter back then. But we'll get into the Color Purple 85 in a later segment. This one, however, has its own big names, as you can see. And they're older names that are still attached to it. Oprah is one of the producers.
Yeah, I saw.
Spielberg is one of the producers, etc., etc.
So big money. Big money.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, whatever. You've got all the help you need from Warner Brothers, but you've got a fantastic actress. Like, I really like Taraji P. Henson, guys.
Sure.
She deserves her flowers, and like from Hidden Figures or whether you like...
excuse me.
She's fantastic in everything she's in. Danielle Brooks, by the way, is just been, it was Tuesday, nominated for an Oscar. Those announcements were made. I'll dig into those tomorrow.
Great.
But she has earned what they refer to as the EGOT in terms of awards nominations. That means she's already nominated for an Emmy, a Globe, an Oscar, and a Tony Award.
Sure, the Grand Slam, pretty much, yeah.
There are only 93 actors, or performers in the world who have achieved that.
Wow.
So she joins a very exclusive list. And Coleman Domingo plays Mr. So now I say Mr., what does that all mean? Who are these people? Etc., etc. Most of you probably know the story by now. I think it's a set work for some school.
Yeah, thankfully.
Have you guys come across this film?
Look, I know about
not
it.
the book,
I know about it, yeah, but paint us a picture in terms of the story. Just quickly for those who haven't seen it.
Sure. So you've got these two girls, and starts up at the front with, and it's Halle Bailey who plays Celie as young Celie. Fantasia Barrino plays Celie, and Nettie, and they're these two sisters who they have this loving childhood between each other, and they share this camaraderie that, you know, girls have their own language type of thing and whatever. But it's a very abusive situation that they live in, and it's brutal. The father, who is the stepfather, bears a child with Nettie, who is considered ugly, who is considered dumb by her father and I suppose by her community. So she feels trod on her entire life and doesn't for that reason find her own voice. She's married off to, in this case, would be Coleman Domingo. And he is obviously just continues the cycle of abuse with her because women are treated a bit like cattle.
It's trauma on trauma on trauma on trauma.
And undealt with stuff. But each time a woman comes through, because it's a feminist story as well as a story about black liberation, where Sophia, who was obviously originally played by Oprah, who was nominated for it here by Danielle Brooks, is... this very fierce character who's entered into this world where it's just par for the course that I'm to be beaten. It's just par for the course that I'm to be raped, etc.
That was the bar.
And so, yeah, we're talking about 1919 Georgia in the United States. Not a true story, but a representation of the family members of Alice Walker, the author of The Color Purple. And first thing that you'll notice if you enjoyed the original movie from 1985 is that there's a lot more dancing and singing. So what we've got in our hands here is a musical. And I think in the hands of this director, it might work just fine. Like we said, I've not seen it, so I've got hopes, but yeah. Blitz Bazawule is previously known for Africa, Black is King. Beyonce's concept movie, and he directed one of the portions there, and he's got this striking sort of visual sensibility, which obviously comes across.
You can see it immediately, yeah.
But you said, like, it looks like it's almost got a Baz Luhrmann flavour.
Yeah, it looks like they've injected, and I know this works well as a musical because the musicality of it is very powerful, but this is a very dark story of abuse.
We mentioned musical, and one of the things I also have to mention is I mentioned Taraji Henson, and she plays a character who is Suge Avery, and this is an important character as far as, like I said, there's an aspect of women's liberation, there's an aspect of black liberation, but there's also queer awakening in the character of Nettie, because she finds a romance with Suge Avery, who is this mythical character for the longest time, this woman who's managed to break free of these confines, and she's this jazz singer, and she swags, and she's with every man and woman she wants, and so she's almost this mythical heroic figure to Nettie.
It's a big story, but you've got another clip for us.
I do, and so the clips will tell the story a lot better, especially a story that's 38 years old by now and beloved by millions all over the world, than poor old little me could tell. So here's another look at The Color Purple releasing tomorrow in South Africa.
Push the button.
Working.
Walking, talking, singing, shouting.
Gonna play with you.
It's a new Color Purple. The music and the dance is just retold in such a beautiful and fresh way.
Shut up, son. I'm gonna be alright.
Blitz brought a 2023 swag to it.
Fatima, my choreographer, has been a beacon of culture.
She worked with Mary J. Blige and choreographed the Super Bowl halftime show.
This project is Timberland, Genuine, and this. And there's no culture that does it better than hip-hop. How we cast, it was finding truly talented people who could do it for real. Halle Bailey, her, John Batiste, Fantasia, Taraji P. Henson.
She's gonna blow your mind.
Halle wrote a beautiful song.
It's a pinch me moment, the fact that a song that I wrote gets to be in this film.
The music is rooted in power that comes from the soul of every one of the characters.
They call it a bold new take on the beloved classic. It's got a lot to stand up to, and I think a voice, a message, a narrative that needs to be heard now, probably more than ever before. The Color Purple releasing in South Africa tomorrow. Go and check it out and pass judgment for yourself. We'll see you on the other side of this.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you beauties, as we continue to do a little cinematic deep dive now in light of The Color Purple getting a bold new remake, if you will, and releasing in cinemas across South Africa tomorrow. We thought we'd go back to 1985, get a bit of a retrospective, seeing as we can plug into JP right now, and then also just put your cinematic mind to work to give us a couple of recommendations for movies that kind of
capture the feel.
Yeah, that feeling, and it's not necessarily that story, but it's that emotion, the power behind the creative.
Reunion, rejuvenation, reconnection.
I love it.
Yeah.
Take us back to 1985. What was it about that movie that made it so powerful?
Gigantic name that pops out for you.
Oprah Winfrey.
Oprah Winfrey.
Oprah Winfrey.
I will skip over for now because she wasn't even like we were saying before. She was just on Chicago Talk TV back then. She wasn't major like the Oprah Winfrey.
Let's talk about Whoopi Goldberg, Danny Glover, incredible, and Steven Spielberg.
Steven Spielberg is a good start. Thank you.
I don't think many people know that is Steven Spielberg property.
Well, Steven Spielberg wasn't even sure that this was going to be his because prior to this he had just done E.T., prior to this he had done Indiana Jones, Jaws, and he was gigantic at this point.
He must have been the biggest,
But still says that for the author, who was the first black female Pulitzer Prize winner for The Color Purple, Alice Walker, he said that he had to go audition for her. Good. I mean, a decade he felt like he has to put his head on the chopping block. And so he was, to be completely clear, insecure about taking this.
It's like a Killers of the Flower Moon kind of a vibe here, and I love that. Tread lightly.
Yeah, and he didn't want to tread at all, in fact, at the start. Quincy Jones, who was producer of The Color Purple in 1985, was also obviously the musical producer and artist that he is, encouraged Steven Spielberg to just grab the bull by the horns and do it at a time that Spielberg wanted to exit. His reasoning, and I do not stand by this reasoning at all. I think it's a bit goofy. But he says, Spielberg, if you were able to direct an alien, you can direct black people. I don't know, Quincy.
And look, and put it in perspective in that time as well, within the framework that this was being carried out.
So there were a bunch of firsts that go on here, and one of the firsts in the Oscars being that there were 3 nominations for African-American women. This had never happened before, that in the category of supporting there was Oprah and there was of course Margaret Avery was Sugar Avery at the time as well, and obviously Whoopi Goldberg. Now Whoopi Goldberg was an unknown. This was a debut, and even Roger Ebert, the famous critic, said that this was the greatest debut of an actor in history. Now obviously the movie made bank at the box office. Was 98 million in present day terms. That is about as much as The Little Mermaid last year. No, it made as much as The New Little Mermaid. But there were problems and controversies with it too. Obviously, it's a divisive movie. It's a conversation starter. It must be. And especially when you have a white director, are these stories that he can tell quite easily. It was very challenging. And I have to fall onto the side of James Baldwin. But James Baldwin is obviously the famous, ingenious black author who, he used a single word. He thought that The Color Purple was awful. And that was my first experience too. But I have this luxury of retrospect. I've had 38 years to look back on this. I'm not watching it fresh and new where it was this first time representation.
Yeah, you can put it in perspective.
But it's hobbled with all kinds of problems, like this representation of black men as sexually voracious savages. There's even an additional scene of sexual assault included that wasn't in the book. The book, however, is very, very good, and I recommend that you read the book after you watch the movie. Doesn't matter either way you want to do it.
It gives you a deeper understanding,
but,
for sure.
Aside from that, like I said, you have to take the good with the bad and understand that no movie is perfect, and you have to try and deal with what you've got. And for a lot of people, it touched them, especially women, realizing that this is real. The problems of family rape is something that was actually occurring at a high degree during the time, and it is a representation of reality. It's just that the representations, unfortunately, were a bit maligned from the poetic vision of Alice Cooper.
We get that, buddy, and I absolutely love that. I would recommend go and look back before you look forward. So if you can go and watch The Color Purple, the original, do that for yourself. Sure. But go and see the new iteration
that we're going to have.
Very quickly, my brother, can I because this is a great chain to jump on, to look at films that offer the same kind of opportunity to think deeply, to feel something that we might not necessarily fully understand.
Yes.
Can you give us a couple of recommendations?
And so my personal recommendations for, if you look inside, that's something that fills those blanks a bit better, because The Color Purple for me, while it captured that sense of reunion and family coming together and trying to rescue what little they have under onerous, just horrible circumstances, try rather maybe also watching, as well as The Color Purple, Rabbit Proof Fence was an Australian story, and these are all true stories that I'm recommending here, of 3 sisters who were separated from their families because they were now mixed race, that white men raped their mothers and they were taken to schools where they were supposed to be Christianized and had their indigenous sort of roots taken out of them, told that that was all dirty and something that had put in the past, so that they could be trained up to be maids and servants to white homes. And a true story, and something that we know from here, something that we know now that we're seeing reservation schools in the United States, residential schools where you're finding all these mass graves and horrible things like that. But it is heartbreaking, and these are 3 movies that I'm recommending to you here that make me both cry and clench my fists.
Yeah, this broke me, dude. This broke me. Yeah, I know, Rabbit Proof Fence. Rabbit Proof Fence, it absolutely broke. The performance from these little ones is awe-inspiring.
A journey of 1,500 kilometers in real life to try and reconnect families who are divorced, separated from each other violently by a state that is...
I love it. Throw us another one.
Aside from that, I'd recommend In the Name of the Father, because not everything is necessarily, like, we're talking about just multiple oppressions from colonialism, irrespective of color, and so this is the oppression of Ireland under the boot of the United Kingdom. This is a true story about a family who were put on trial en masse under false circumstances, being claimed that they were terrorists who perpetrated a bombing that the IRA in fact perpetrated. Daniel Day-Lewis's face is gigantic on that poster, because that's all that people need as a sale race.
And this was him in his, not that he ever left his prime, but this is him in
Did you see this
his prime. I've watched all of these. They are phenomenal. They should be in your knowledge base of film. They really should be a part of that.
Definitely like films to see before you die. And so, again, again, they're the story of, aside from the oppression of, and this time it's a class versus class, there's also this colonial sort of thing hanging over, as well as similar in Color Purple, it's, you know, women, queer, black, but on top of all of that is also white supremacists. So you've got these intersecting oppressions, and similarly here with it.
We all got our baggage, baby. We all got our baggage. I love it.
Yeah, it's out.
One more. Let's turn to the Motorcycle Diaries, which I'm so glad you added to this list. Gael Garcia Bernal.
One of the best actors that we've got. Incredible actor. So Walter Salles is the director here and does a fantastic job with telling, again, this is the true story of, and it's a bit of a different twist on what I've been saying here about reuniting and whatever, but it is Gael Garcia Bernal's character of Che Guevara, who is Ernesto Guevara, the famous man of the T-shirt for a lot of people, the Cuban or rather Argentinian revolutionary who has to reconnect with a colonized South America during his teen years, the true story of him writing his personal diary of how he drove up the Andes with his best friend. And all along the path, you think, oh, it's just like frivolous tourism. It's just teenagers being teenagers, you know, having sex with whatever they like, doing whatever alcohol they like and parties they like. But all along the way, he sees these oppressions from indigenous people who are crushed in the mines, from lepers who are separated across one side of the Amazon to another side. And so segregations are laid bare. Poverty is laid bare. It is truly moving, and one of these movies that, like I said, made me cry and shake my fists in anger, but really well worth the watch.
And performances of a lifetime in every one of these films, starting with The Color Purple, which is going to, yes, trigger you, I guarantee it, but maybe what we need in today's world is not more softer hands, we need more triggering, we need deeper thinking, and we need the stories to tell it. Thanks for that drum punctuation there, but go and check out any one of these films to enlighten yourself. Thank you so much, JP. Superstar.
Thank you so much, brother. Now, if you are passionate about the game, then you can use your sport know-how to predict match day results and claim your share in today's sports stake jackpots. Now, your chances of winning big could become a reality off the pitch, and you can play your favorite sports stakes games on the nationallottery.co.za website. So make sure you play now and stand a chance to earn bragging rights to #BeInja game. We're going to take a very quick break. Stick around. We've got two more epic performances heading your way from the Jesus Collective as we'll close off the show.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, welcome back, you beauties. Sure, my brain is fried, man. Thank you so much, JP Sebastian. Do you know what an honor it is to work with people who go that deep?
No, this
who
man
think
can
so
dive
critically.
very deep when it comes to movies. He gives us just a different take.
Oh, no, I love it, man. He is singular in the world of critics. I think he stands alone. So thank you so much for that. But let's talk about tomorrow's show because it is a takeover. The Cape Town Met is back, buddy.
It's that time of the year again. We're going to be covering everything from music to fashion. Gavin Raja is going to be on the show as well. So you can expect the best of the best coming through for the Met. Listen, I think people are going to go all out this year. That is for sure.
And you will see the Expresso cameras there. I'll be dropping by and a whole lot of our family will be there. So come and join the fun. And I'm going to say that right now, come and join the fun again because we have the Jesus Collective in studio. We understand what they're about. They're about taking this entertainment, this magic, this inspiration to communities that have for the longest time been disconnected. They're there to create dreams and belief, and they're going to do that for you right now with another superb and mind-blowing menu. And it's some incredible songs. What do you say? It's time to go back to church?
Yeah, exactly. We're going to extend it as well. So if you are watching on YouTube, continue to do so after 9 o'clock. They will be continuing performing on YouTube as well. So we're going to give you all of the feels, the heartfelt feels, that soul-stirring tunes right now. Here we go. It's the Jesus Collective.
Good morning, Southa. My name is Ola Dodo, and I'll be singing one of the new songs from the album. Please be blessed. It's called Refreshing. I'll sing of your goodness, it amazes me. I'll sing of your mercy, it rescues me. I'll dance in your presence where I find my rest. Your presence is heaven to me. Refreshing, your love rains on me. I'll stay here where I want to be. Refreshing, your love rains on me. I'll stay here where I want to be.
Double cream plain yogurt from Clover. Just plain amazing.
Another feel-good production.
From your spirit, where can I flee from your presence? Where can I go from your spirit? Where can I flee from your presence?
Hi, I'm Jace Neethling. I'll be singing I'm Safe, remixed by DJ Oskido.
Where can I go